Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Nah, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocados, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done.
Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And pitching, number 12, Houston Harding.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, as the ICC starting lineup being called here for Game 1 between ICC and Pearl River. We'll take you to the field for the playing of the national anthem.
For the playing of our national anthem.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to today's broadcast of ICC Baseball here on the ICC Sports Network, 95.1 FM, and Let's Go ICCTV.com, the Red Channel. We have got a great ball game in store for you today, folks, as the number 4 Pearl River Wildcats come out and take on the number 13 Indians of ICC here in Game 1. As always, Game 1 scheduled for 9 innings inside of conference play. Our Game 2 will only be available on Let'sGoICCTV.com. So if you're listening on the radio, you got plenty of time to make it out to Fulton. It's an absolute beautiful day for baseball here at Roy Cressup Field. Take a look at today's Coca-Cola starting lineups, and let's start here with Pearl River. It'll be Matt Taylor leading things off, playing in left field. Austin Rizzo will be the third baseman. He'll be batting second. Batting third will be Noah Barron, playing in right field. And then Wiley Cleveland will be batting fourth, playing shortstop. Casey Donaldson will be the DH today for Pearl River. He'll be batting fifth. Dexter Joyner will be playing second base, batting sixth. Batting seventh will be Reese Ewing, playing in center field. Magruder O'Bannon, maybe one of the best names in baseball in the league. He'll be catching, batting in eighth. And Luke Harper will be playing at first base, batting in the 9th spot. And pitching for Pearl River today is one of the best in the league, best in the nation. Actually, we've got both of them on the mound today. Top pitchers in the country. Shamar Page. Shamar with a .38 ERA. He's 4-0 on the year. He's given up 3 runs, only one of those earned. He's given up 9 hits with 4 walks. He's struck out 32, and he has a 4-0 record in 23 2/3 innings. His counterpart today will be Houston Harding for the Indians. He's pretty impressive as well. He has a .98 ERA, 5-0 in the year. He's given up 3 runs, all 3 of those earned. He's given up 12 hits, struck out 35, has walked 15, and has 27 2/3 innings of work this season. We'll go over the Indians lineup in the exchange of innings as we're getting set for that First American National Bank opening pitch. So sit back, grab an ice cold Coca-Cola, and let's play 2 here in a beautiful afternoon in Fulton. As it'll be Matt Taylor leading things off here. Taylor batting .328 on the year with a .434 batting average and a .507 on base percentage. The First American National Bank opening pitch coming your way at 2:01. So it's a 2:01 opening pitch here, and it goes for a ball. 1-0 is the count here to Matt Taylor. Swung on, tipped it, and fouled it back for strike 1. 1-1 now is the count. Houston Harding, a.k.a. Hootie, as most people know him as. A lot of people, you say Houston Harding, and they're like, who? Oddly enough, yes, his name is Hootie. That pitch across for a strike, and 1-2 now is the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs as Matt Taylor is leading us off here in the top of the first inning. Fastball, ticked it, but held on to that time, and that's going to be a Renaissance Bank strikeout to start the contest for Hootie. Renaissance Bank, understanding you, RenaissanceBank.com. And now this is going to be third baseman Austin Izio coming to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty. As the count goes 0-1 here. I'm telling you, folks, you want to sit back and just watch this game. We've got 2 of the country's top pitchers. We'll talk about some of their national stats throughout the afternoon here as that pitch is fouled off for strike 2. 0-2 is the count. Houston, a left-handed pitcher. He's second in the NJCAA with 5 wins, 21st in the country with 35 strikeouts, and his .98 ERA is 24th in the country. For Shamar Page, he's 10th in the country with 4 wins, 36th in the country with 32 strikeouts, and 12th with his .38 ERA. And there's another Renaissance Bank strikeout for Hootie. Back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts here. And Houston Harding is dealing early a high fastball that Izio could not catch up with that time. And so now quickly 2 away, and this is going to be the number 3 batter playing in right field, Noah Barron. So Barron will dig in with 2 outs and nobody on. There's a little slow roller. First baseman shouldn't have any issue with it. We'll scoop it up, step on the bag, and that will do it. Nice start to the contest here for the Indians. A 3-up, 3-down inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Well, let's keep it here, and let's give you the Coca-Cola lineup for the Indians, and it looks like this. Leading things off for ICC will be the second baseman, Kyle Krieger. Jackson Lancaster will be batting second. He's playing in center field. LeBryant Siddell, he'll be playing in left field this afternoon, batting third. Justin Medlin will be the first baseman. He'll be batting fourth. Jacob Hall will be the DH. He's batting fifth this afternoon. Lane Domino is playing in right field. He's batting sixth. Batting seventh and playing third base will be Russell Bunch. Brett Coker will be the shortstop, batting in the 8th spot. And Austin Powell will be catching, batting in the 9th spot. Let's hear from Coke. As ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination, and Coach Rick Collier's hoping he's got the winning combination put together here for Game 1. Back with more right after this.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with a Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as Shamar Page taking his warm-up tosses here this afternoon in Fulton. We do welcome those that are listening on 95.1 FM. Our first baseball broadcast of the year on the radio. We hopefully be able to do a lot more of those. We do want to give a shout-out to Seth Kent back in the studios, running things there in Saltillo. ICC comes into the game with a 16-3-1 record, 3-1 in conference play. Pearl River 17-2, 4-0 in conference play. And as we said, this is a battle between two top 15 teams in the program. ICC number 13 in the country, and Pearl River comes in ranked number 4. So Shamar Page is taking his final warm-up toss, and the Indians getting ready to come to the bat.
Out the bat.
And this is going to be Kyle Krieger coming to the plate here to lead things off for the Indians. Now, I am going to try to adjust my audio throughout the day, or at least my nat sound, to combat the walk-up zone. So Krieger is going to lead us off here in the bottom of the first. No score between ICC and Pearl River. That pitch across for a strike. As I said, if you're in the area close enough to get to Fulton, you want to get here because you've got two of the country's top pitchers in Houston Harding for ICC and Shamar Page on the mound right now for Pearl River. Krieger looks at that pitch low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Let's give you the dimensions here at Roy Crescent Field, of course, named after the ICC Hall of Fame baseball coach. Down the lines is 330, to the gap is 365, and dead center is listed at 390. That pitch of the knees for a strike. 1-2 now is the count here on Krieger, the second baseman. The wind is soft today. It's blowing a little bit, I guess you could say from right foul pole to left foul pole, or fair pole, because if it hits the pole, it's fair. And Krieger pops this one up. Right fielder is going to chase over, going to camp underneath it, and squeezes it for out number 1. So 1 away now, and this is going to bring up Jackson Lancaster for the Indians. That was just a little flare out to right field. The right fielder was able to run over and camp underneath that one for the putout. So 1 away now here for the Indians. And now this is going to bring up Jackson Lancaster. Of course, Jackson, a Mizzou signee. He will dig in here and try to spark the bats in the bottom of the first for the Indians. That pitch just missing low for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. Wind starting to pick up now, blowing from left to right, a little bit into the field actually. So the wind not going to be, well, I mean, it could be a factor if the ball gets hit high in the air. As that pitch finds the zone for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Nobody on here for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the first, scoreless between number 13 ICC and number 4 Pearl River. There's a ground ball, and it's going to go foul. And so now the count will go 1-2. Well, the Indians got a 3-up, 3-down inning in the top half thanks to a pair of Renaissance Bank strikeouts from Houston Harding. Pearl River looking to return serve here in the bottom half. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Jackson Lancaster at the plate. That ball in the dirt gets away. Nobody on base to really cause any issues. So now the count evens up at 2-2. Well, this is probably one of the nicer days we've had for baseball this afternoon. Of course, softball, if you're looking for that, that's on the Blue Channel. They're taking on Hines in conference play today. And also tennis is on campus day against Hines. So plenty to do if you're looking for stuff to do in Fulton this afternoon. You can come support the tennis teams, come watch softball, or you can come here at Crescent Field and enjoy a little nationally ranked baseball here in our own backyard. Foul ball from Lancaster. The count stays at 2-2. Page taking his time now, sets to deliver. That pitch outside. 3-2 now is the count. Not a bad miss that time on the part of Page. See if you couldn't get Lancaster to chase one that time. Jackson held off on it. And now the count goes full, 3-2. Fastball grounder. Second baseman chases over, comes over, gets it, tosses, and gets to put out 4-3. Well, nice job that time by Page coming back, giving him something he could hit, but not really hit well, as the ball was a routine ground ball over to second. And that will be the second out of the inning, and now up is going to be LeBryant Siddell. Siddell, 266 on the year with 390 on base percentage and 328 is his slugging percentage. And so Siddell will dig in. Swings on the first pitch he sees, fouls it back. Over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. Find out how you can support Itawamba Community College by visiting iccms.edu. This pitch lifted right field. Right fielder's going to jog over and still jogging. Speeds up a little bit, now squeezes it for the out. So the Wildcats return serve in the bottom half of the inning. 3 up, 3 down go the Indians. As we'll take a break. We're still scoreless here after 1 inning complete. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95.1.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we shift now to the top of the second inning. ICC and Pearl River scoreless after 1. Each team traded 3 up, 3 down innings. It was a pair of strikeouts from Houston Harding in the top of the first, and then ICC had a pair of fly balls to right field in the bottom half. So Houston Harding will take the mound here, and he'll be welcomed at the plate by the number 4 batter, Wiley Cleland. So waiting the pitch here to Cleland, and it's at the knees for a strike. Updating Twitter reminds you that you can follow me on, or follow us on Twitter, as this pitch fouled off, and 0-2 now is the count. So just follow us on Twitter at Let's Go ICC. 0-2 is the count here. Awaiting the pitch, and time is taken by the batter. So not only that, you can follow us on Twitter, you can also follow us on Instagram, Snapchat, and there's strike 3. Beautiful pitch on the outside corner for another Renaissance Bank strikeout, the third of the game for Hootie. And now that's going to bring up the DH Casey Donaldson. Donaldson will dig in with
DH Casey Donaldson.
With no outs, or excuse me, 1 out and nobody on. There's a foul ball for strike 1. And that pitch missing up for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to the DH Donaldson. Try to keep up with some Sonic stats on all these guys throughout the day, as there's impressive numbers all across the board. As there's a ground ball, and it's going to be batted down by Medlin over at first. What a play, and then he's going to chase it down and get the put out. Great play that time by Justin Medlin. Of course, it was just off your screen there, but he made a diving stop down the line. The ball popped away from him for a second. Was able to get it up and then win the foot race to first by Donaldson. Nearly collided with Hootie, who was coming in that time. So 2 away now, and this is going to bring up the number 6 batter, second baseman Dexter Jordan. Dexter Jordan batting .284, .360 on base percentage, and .642 is his slugging percentage. 2 outs and nobody on here in the top of the second. Little breaking ball that he didn't quite get on top of that time, hangs up for ball 1. Wind blowing into the ballpark, basically from center field into the first baseman. As that pitch missing, and now 2-0 is the count here on Jordan. We'll try to keep you updated on softball as well, as they're taking on Hines on the other side of the park, or other side of campus, I should say. Pop up, and it's trouble. Coker looking up, and it's still in the air, and finally gets it shallow left field, but another 3-up, 3-down inning there for the Indians. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Hootie gets his 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game. We're scoreless as we'll head to the bottom of the second. Number 4, Pearl River. Number 13, ICC, here on your radio dial. And let's go ICCTV.com. Back with more right after this.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back here to the ICC Sports Network. Let's go ICCTV.com. 95-1 the Fan out of South Tillow. 0-0 is your score as we move now to the bottom of the second inning. For ICC to be Justin Medlin, Jacob Hall, and Lane Domino due up here in the inning. Medlin over at first base made a nice play in the previous inning. He's batting .322. He's got a .431 on base percentage and a .492 slugging percentage. Swings on this one, lifts it up. Center fielder's drifting over, fighting the sun. Now the right fielder calls him off, and will camp underneath it for the fly out. So a quick out, and the 3rd time the Indians have flown out to right field this afternoon, or at least been retired by the right fielder. And so with 1 out now, this is going to bring up the DH, Jacob Hall.
Now at the bat, number 8, Jacob Hall.
So Hall will dig in here. Real quick, a First American National Bank scoreboard update. Matty Miney scores on a sacrifice fly by Summer Kreider to give the Indians a 1-0 lead over Hines after 1 complete. That's in game 1 as there's a ground ball. Second baseman dives for it and it gets through. A base hit there for Jacob Hall. Take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. The first hit of the day, as a nice effort by the second baseman, just couldn't quite get to it. And so a 1-out single to Hall.
Now at the bat.
And now this is going to be Lane Domino.
Lane Domino.
So Domino will be coming to the plate. Let's look at his numbers this year. He's batting .295. He's got a .396 on base percentage and a .409 slugging percentage. Lane playing in right field here today. If you're looking for the softball game, it's over on the Blue Channel. The Indians leading that one 1-0. Domino shows bunt, and did it hit him? And now they're going to talk this one over on the infield. Domino heading down to first. The home plate umpire saying head to first, and now he's going to have a powwow in the infield, and they're going to say he's out? Or are they going to say he went? Okay. So he'll come back, and that'll be a strike in that situation. So basically 0-1 is the count after all that. So a tough break there for the Indians. Boy, if that would have stayed true, then you would have had runners on first and second with only one out here in the bottom of the second. It would have been a great opportunity for the Indians. But instead, now the count goes 0-1 with a runner at first and one out. Pearl River comes in with a 17-2 record on the year. Perfect inside conference play at 4-0. ICC 16-3-1 and a 3-1 record in conference play. Snap throw over to first, not in time as Hall was able to dive back safely. So Domino will dig back in. Shamar Page on the hill here, the outstanding right-handed pitcher for Pearl River. That pitch inside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Lane Domino. Domino playing in right field. He is a freshman and out of Itawamba AHS. Lives here in Fulton. Beautiful breaking pitch. A little bit of a slide that time to it. A little off speed as well. And now the count goes 1-2 with one out and runner over at first for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the second. 0-0 is your score between the number 4 Wildcats of Pearl River and number 13 Indians of ICC. And then chases one. A nice pitch that time as it tailed away from the batter. And that's going to be the first Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Page. And now this is going to bring up Russell Bunch.
Russell Bunch.
So Bunch will dig in now with 2 outs and a runner at first, trying to spark a 2-out rally here in the bottom of the second. Bunch on the year. He's batting .375. He's got a .519 on base percentage, .475 slugging. Bunch swings at the first pitch he sees, knocked down by Page, gathers it, throws it over for the putout. Nice job defending your position that time by Shamar Page as he knocked that one down. It was hard hit right back up the middle, got a glove on it, couldn't catch it, but did bat it down and had the wherewithal to not panic, quickly throw it over to first, and collect the third out in the inning. So the Indians get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We've played 2 in Fulton. ICC and Pearl River are scoreless. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and 95.1 FM.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back now as we shift to the top of the third inning. This has been a good one as expected. So far in this one, it'll be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up here for Pearl River, as this is going to be the center fielder, Reese Ewing, leading things off. He'll be followed by the catcher, Magruder O'Bannon, and then Luke Harper, the number 9 batter, all due up here in the inning. Hootie's pitch, just up a little too high. Good-looking curveball that time, but called a ball. 1-0 now is the count. This pitch fouled off. He's at the count now at 1-1. So waiting the 1-1 offering here. This pitch fouled back out of play. And now the count will go 1-2 on Ewing. So the 1-2 pitch coming. That one up high. He was at the count now at 2-2. Excuse me while I continue to update Twitter. 2-2 is the count. No outs. Pitch coming. Grounded off, fouled it, and we'll stay at 2-2. We're in the top of the third inning. No outs as this is Ewing leading us off here. And that pitch, just missing inside. You kind of hear the ICC fans thinking that looked pretty good and like it was just a little bit inside that time on the batter. So now the count goes full at 3-2. 3-2 pitch coming. This pitch popped up. Jackson Lancaster jogging back, continuing back, heels on the warning track, and squeezes it for the out. So nice job that time by Hootie coming back and getting a routine fly ball out to center field for the first out of the day. And now this is going to bring up Magruder O'Bannon, the catcher. Like I said, that might be, if we made an all-name team, that for sure would be on there. That's just a good, strong name. Looks at that first pitch, tails back in on the batter for a ball. We do appreciate everyone listening in. First radio broadcast of the year here on FM 95 as the breaking pitch across for a strike. 95.1 FM. New format. Used to be ESPN, but now it's Classic Country. And I hate to say Classic Country because that means I'm old because it was the country I grew up listening to. 80s and 90s country. As that fastball missing low and inside for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. So yes, if you like that genre of country music, there's your station. As there's a big-time swing and a miss as O'Bannon couldn't catch up with the fastball there. Evens at the count now at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on. O'Bannon, the second batter of the inning here, as Hootie's going to step off the mound and wants to reset here. We'll give you the... We'll do that next inning. We'll give you the Indians lineup defensively the next time they take the field. As this pitch lifted, Lancaster, long run over, but instead it's going to be taken by the right fielder. Lane Domino had a good feed on it that time, stepped in, caught it, squeezed it for out number 2, and now with 2 away, this will be the number 9 batter, Luke Harper, coming to the plate. Well, if you're wondering why Luke Harper hasn't been on television in a while for WWE, well, apparently he's playing here for Pearl River now. So one of the former Wyatt family members will dig in. As he takes a look at the first pitch, low for a ball. Luke playing over at first base. Trying to spark a 2-out rally here. 1-0 is the count. Breaking pitch, it's a beauty. Oh, called it a ball. They're going to say it was inside. And one of those, if maybe Hootie keeps working for that spot, eventually that strike zone will loosen up a little bit. As that pitch across for a strike, 2-1 now is the count. That's kind of what you got to do as a pitcher. You got to just find that zone and then see if you can't slowly expand it, as there's a fastball missing low for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. So Harper quickly ahead of the count now. 3-1 here with 2 outs and nobody on. We're in the top of the third inning. Scoreless between ICC and Pearl River. Harper jammed on that pitch, fouls it out of play, and now the count will go full at 3-2. Pearl River number 4 in the country, ICC number 13. 3-2 is the count. So Hootie going to try to find a way to win the battle. Harper stepping out of the box as Hootie's taking some time to retake the mound here. 3-2 is the count. 2 outs. Can we get the 4th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day? And we'll see. Pitch coming. Nope, walked him. Just missed it outside. Couldn't paint the corner, couldn't get him to chase one. So that'll be a 2-out walk. And now we'll go back to the top of the lineup here. And this will be Matt Taylor coming to the plate. Taylor, in his previous at-bat, struck out swinging.
Now up to bat, number 6, Matt Taylor.
Taylor coming into the series, batting .328 on the year. He's got a .434 on base percentage and a .507 slugging percentage. So trying to spark a 2-out rally here are the Wildcats in the top of the 3rd of a scoreless contest. Game 1 scheduled for 9 innings here. That's the way it is in all conference games. As that pitch hangs up high for a ball. So yeah, the rest of the games, the rest of the way out will be 9 innings in game 1, 7 innings in game 2. They went to that about 4 or 5 years ago. So that pitch high for a ball. Runner over at first. And that pitch missing high. Looked like Hootie kind of slipped off the mound that time. It's Luke Harper that's over at first base. He has 1 steal on the year. So 2-0 is the count here to Taylor. There's a pitch straight back to your living room, fouled off the netting for strike 1. 2-1 now is the count here on Taylor. If Taylor were to reach, it'll be Austin Izio up next. Taylor playing out in left field, leading things off in the lineup here for the Wildcats. 2-1 is the count. And that pitch high gets away, and the runner will advance on the wild pitch. So the first runner in scoring position this afternoon, as Hootie's just kind of ran into a little bit of trouble after getting the first 2 outs on a fly ball to center field and 1 out to right into the right fielder. Needs to kind of just take a deep breath here and find a way to battle back. 3-1 now is the count here to Matt Taylor. So waiting the 3-1 offering here from Houston Harding. And catcher calls time. So we'll reset and do it all over again. So Harding stares in, finally gets a call he likes. 3-1 is the count. Runner at second with 2 outs. Top of the 3rd, scoreless. And there's a breaking pitch, and it's a beauty across for a strike. 3-2 now is the count on Taylor. Count goes full again. Second straight batter that the count has gone full, or has taken the count full, I should say. 3-2, 2 outs and a runner on second. Indians looking for the exit here in the top of the 3rd. Hootie checks the runner at second. And there's going to be a little flare out to right field, and this is going to be trouble. They're going to ask the run to score from second, and the throw is going to be cut off, and that will score the run. So Pearl River strikes first on a RBI single. A nice piece of hitting that time for Matt Taylor, as he just did a little flare out to right field.
And out to bat, number 1, Austin Izio.
And now this will be Austin Izio. So a 2-out walk and a wild pitch comes back to haunt the Indians there, as first hit of the day is an RBI single for Matt Taylor, and it's 1-0 Pearl River over ICC. Here in the top of the 3rd, 2 outs and a runner at first. Izio stands in, takes that pitch across for a strike. He struck out swinging. He was the second of 3 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the game so far for Houston Harding. 0-1 is the count. 2 outs and a runner over at first. The wind shifting now, blowing from center field to the dugout of ICC on the 3rd baseline. Runner goes, a little hit and run action. This is trouble. Jackson Lancaster goes back and drops it. Runs into the wall, and this is going to score and run. Lancaster slipped on the track, And now they're going to try to get it to third, and it will be. So a 3-base error. As Lancaster went back, hit the warning track, lost his footing, and slammed hard into the wall in center field, and he is shaken up.
Number 19, Noah Barron.
And the run scores on the error, and it's now 2-0. So Houston's going to walk back and check on his center fielder, give him a chance to kind of come out there and walk things off here. So, oh my goodness, the Indians struggling now to find the third out of the inning. Runner at third had the wherewithal to truck it around the bases to get there. The Indians thought they were out of the inning, but a tough break there. So now 2-0 is the score. A runner at third for Pearl River. We're in the top of the third inning. Fastball across for a strike, as this is Noah Barron. He grounded out on a hard hit ground ball to first to end the first. The Indians trying to get out of this inning with minimum damage done. 0-1 is the count. Swinging, strike 2. 0-2 now is the count here to Barron. So 0-2 is the count. There is 2 outs and a runner at third. Pearl River leading it 2-0. And they're swinging strike 3. A clutch Renaissance Bank strikeout there to end the inning, but the damage was done as the Wildcats get 2 runs on 1 hit and 1 error and 1 left on base. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the third. ICC trails at 2-0. Back with more right after this.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
You could say it's about the clubs. You could say it's about the ball. You could even say it's about the course or the weather. But what it really comes down to is consistency and hard work. Over and over and over again. At Renaissance, we understand consistency. We understand hard work. Most importantly, we understand you. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to start the bottom of the third inning. ICC trails it 2-0 after an RBI single from Matt Taylor that scored Luke Harper. And then it was an error out in center field after Lancaster hit the warning track, kind of slipped, and then hit the wall. That allowed Matt Taylor to score on the error, and it's 2-0. As this will be Brett Coker, the number 8 batter, playing shortstop today to lead things off. Coker swings on the first pitch he sees, line fly out to left field, and it's off the wall. And that's going to go for extra bases, and Coker will lead us off with a double. Big time hit there for Coker, and he is fired up over at second base. Let's take a look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay. That one nearly got out of the ballpark. If it could have had just a little bit more height on it, it would have snuck its way out of there. As it banged off the wall out there in left field, Coker sprints around first and goes in standing up. It's a little Fortnite dance out there. And now that's a double to start us off here. And now this will be Austin Powell. Austin Powell will dig in here. The Indians trying to see if they can answer here in the bottom half after 2 runs in the top half, as that pitch across for a strike from Page. Some of the ICC faithful not happy with that call of a strike. And so with ICC echoing their dismay. Some of the Pearl River fans echoing their delight in the call as that pitch missing low and outside for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 2-0 is the score. We're in the bottom of the third. ICC with a leadoff double off the wall from Coker. And now this is Austin Powell, the catcher, at the plate. That pitch slips outside, misses for a ball. Borderline pitch going the way of the Indians there. 2-1 now is the count. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. A runner at second here for ICC. Time is taken. It's 3-3 in the bottom of the second. Softball over on the Blue Channel. They're playing Hines today. So that pitch missing for a ball. 3-1 now is the count. So the Indians have rallied to tie the game in the bottom of the second. Led it 1-0 in the first. Pearl River gets 3 in the top of the second, and ICC a pair of runs in the bottom half. 3-3 there for softball in game 1 on the Blue Channel. Your score here, 2-0 in the bottom of the third. ICC trying to get something rolling. This pitch popped up, and it's going to be chased down, and I think it's going to get out of play. Yes, it will. And so we'll now go to a full count. 3-2 is the count now here on Austin Powell. Powell out of Star City, Arkansas. Had a chance to speak to his dad before the game. He is here today, obviously, if I spoke to him before the game, but he does listen and watch often here on Let'sGoICCTV.com. So we do say a special hello to those that are watching in today in support of the Indians and those that may be watching in support of the Wildcats this afternoon. So the count's full here on Austin Powell. Runner at second with no out. Shamar Page delivers, and there's a flare out to the right field. Right fielder's going to come up and can't make the play. Then it's going to get away. 1 run will score here for the Indians, and Powell's going to look at third. And he will get there standing up. A big-time play there for the Indians, and they have cut the lead in half. Look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay here, as it was kind of hitting no man's land. The right fielder came up, and it let it drop. I'm going to call that a single and a 2-base error. So now the tying run is at third base. And this will bring up Kyle Krieger, the leadoff batter. Kyle flew out to right field. So that's going to be a single and a 2-base error here on the right fielder. Each team with 1 error in the game now. ICC with 3 hits, only 1 hit for Pearl River. And so now this will be Kyle Krieger, the second baseman, coming to the plate with a tying run over at third base. Still no outs in the inning here. ICC trying to find a way to tie this one up after giving up a pair of runs in the top half of the inning. Looking for that tying run here in the bottom half. Beautiful breaking pitch. Kyle shook his head in agreement before the umpire even called it a strike. Wind now blowing down the fence in center field, so basically blowing towards the left side of the field. As that ball in the dirt, nice job that time by Magruder O'Bannon to block that one up. If he doesn't block that one up and gets away, it does score a run, as there's a lot of real estate behind home plate and the backstop here at Crescent Field. 1-1 is the count here to Krieger. Pitch coming. Breaking pitch that nearly hit Krieger in the top of the head. It just went over his head that time, and a ball is the call. So 2-1 now is the count here.
Here we go, 1-5, do something, here we go.
Awaiting the 2-1 offering here from Page. And that pitch inside nearly hits Krieger again. And now the count goes 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Tying run is at third for the Indians. Here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, Game 1 scheduled for 9 innings between ICC and Pearl River. Awaiting the 3-1 offering. Fastball up and in, and that's going to be a ball. So Krieger will get the free pass. And much like we saw Hootie in the top half of the inning, Page starting to run into a little bit of trouble
Down
here.
the bat, number 10, Jackson Lancaster.
Well, now up is going to be Jackson Lancaster. Lancaster was charged with the error that allowed a run to score in the top half of the inning, so you know he really wants to help his team get back in this one with a base hit here. Tying runs at third. There is a man over at first. Runners on the corners here for ICC. No outs. Bottom of the 3rd inning. ICC has already plated 1 run. Looking to plate more than that here. Page set to deliver. Fastball fouled straight back out of play for strike 1. Lancaster batting .361 on the year. He has a .459 on base percentage. .486 is his slugging percentage. He does lead the team with 18 RBIs. Would love to see him get number 19 here if you're an ICC fan. 0-1 is the count. Pitch is inside for a ball. Well, you do have Krieger, who is over at first base. He has successfully stole base 4 out of 5 attempts this season. There's no outs in the inning, so we'll see if the Indians try to get a little bit aggressive here, or if they're just going to lay back and see what the bats can do. 1-1 is the count. Lancaster pops this one up, and it's going to be slicing foul and out of play. And now the count goes 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, no outs. Jackson Lancaster at the plate here for the Indians. Runners on the corners. We're in the bottom of the 3rd, 2-1. Pearl River with the lead here over the Indians. This is a battle of top 15 teams in the program. Pearl River at number 4, ICC at number 13. Pitch coming. Lancaster rips this one down the line, but pulls it foul. Oh, my goodness, that one had some legs. And there is a car down there, and that's where you don't park at the ballpark, is anywhere near here. And Lancaster putting a dent in somebody's vehicle. 1-2 is the count. Runners on the corners. Awaiting the 1-2 offering here from Page. Fastball and missing low. No! A extremely late strike 3 call. Wow. Wow. Like, I mean, if he calls it, that's okay, but you guys heard me say the pitch low for a ball. I wasn't calling it because it looked low. I was calling it because the umpire did not call it a strike. That was a legit 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi count before he called it strike 3. So a tough break there for Lancaster. And this is going to bring up LeBryant Siddell. That was the 2nd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Page. That is his 34th of the season. So this is going to be LeBryant Siddell at the plate. 1 out, runners on the corners here for the Indians. Bottom of the 3rd, 2-1. Pearl River with the lead. As that pitch in the dirt blocked up nicely that time by O'Bannon to keep the runner at 3rd. So it was a double off the wall by Brett Coker that started us off here in the inning. Austin Powell singled, then advanced on a error that allowed him to get over to 3rd. A walk to Krieger, and then a strikeout looking as a throw over to 1st. Not in time, but a strikeout looking to Lancaster for the 1st out of the inning. So 1-0 is the count here to LeBryant Siddell. Now LeBryant does have the ability that if he can square one up, he can make it travel for days. So Page delivers. There's a flare out to right field, and it's going to drop for a base hit. 1 run will score. Are they going to try to score 2? No, they're not. They're going to hold him up at 3rd, and LB comes in with a big-time clutch hit there for the Indians. We're tied 2-2, and the runner goes from 1st to 3rd. An RBI single for LeBryant Siddell. That scores Austin Powell, and Krieger advance over to 3rd. So 2-2 now is the score. 1 out. Runners still in the corners here for the Indians, and this is going to be Justin Medlin. So Medlin to the plate here for ICC. Medlin looks at that pitch, low in the dirt, 4 ball. Well, once again, I've said this 3 or 4 times already this inning. McGruger O'Bannon doing a great job of keeping those baseballs in the dirt in front of him. As there's been a few that could have easily gotten away that allow runs to score, but he has been money behind the plate so far. 1-0 is the count here to Medlin. Runners on the corners. Sedale is at first. Krieger is at third. 2-2 is your score. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. ICC and Pearl River. Page misses that pitch. Low and outside for ball 2. So the Indians trying to get this merry-go-round spinning a little bit faster here. They've already got 2 on the board, looking for more. Indians with 4 hits on the day, 1 error. Pearl River 1 hit and also an error. As that pitch drifts up and outside, 3-0 now is the count here to Justin Medlin. Well, here's the issue. You know Justin's going to get something to swing at here, and he's got power. I'll just say that in his bat. But you got to think probably going to have the red light on here to see if the Indians can load the bases with only 1 out in the inning here. Page, however, he's not one of the top pitchers in the country for no reason. We'll see what he can do here. Fastball, Medlin taking the whole way for strike 1. 3-1 now is the count here to Justin Medlin. 1 out. Runners on the corners for the Indians. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-2 is your score. So waiting the 3-1 pitch. And it's across for a strike, and Medlin kind of steps out of that one knowing. And actually, that probably wasn't a bad one to let go because it was in on the hands that time, so it couldn't have got fully extended on it. So now, good job, though, by Shamar Page battling back and forcing the count to go full here at 3-2. 1 out, runners on the corners here for the Indians. 2-2 is your score. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. Page getting set to deliver to Medlin with a 3-2 count. Fastball popped up. It's going to drift over. Third baseman giving chase, but it will get out of play. And so we'll reset and do it all over again. So a nice battle at the plate right now between Page and Medlin. The Indians trying to find a way to win this battle here. Counts full, 3-2 with 1 out. Runners on the corners, bottom of the 3rd, 2-2. Page and Medlin at the bat here. Just fouled it off, did Medlin, trying to find a way to win the at-bat. They're shading him to go to the left side of the field. Now the center fielder adjusting back. Runner goes, a little hit-and-run action. And they're going to call a foul ball. And so we'll do it again. This is what makes baseball fun. You got 2 of the top teams in the country. One of the best hitters on the team and the best pitcher Pearl River has, and they're going at battle right now. That's the 2nd straight foul ball to keep the count at 3-2 with 1 out. Tying run is at third the go-ahead run is at 3rd for the Indians here in the bottom of the 3rd. They've already scored 2. Trying to see if they can find a way to put more runs on the board and take their first lead of the afternoon. Awaiting the 3-2 offering here from Shamar Page. Breaking pitch hangs up, and a good job that time by Justin to find a way to win that at-bat, drawing the walk. The 2nd walk of the day for Page, and now the bases are loaded here for the Indians, and this is going to bring up Jacob Hall.
Number 8, Jacob Hall.
Jacob had a single but was left stranded over at first in his previous at-bat. That was back in the 2nd inning. So 1 out and bases full of Indians here in the bottom of the 3rd. ICC and Pearl River tied at 2. I want to thank everyone listening here on 95.1 FM. Your new home for 80s and 90s country music in Saltillo. And Page steps off. Bases loaded. Man, ICC would love to get that merry-go-round a spinning here. Put some more crooked letters on the board. They've already put 2. Do they have some more runs in them here? That pitch, a beauty, across for a strike. Some of the ICC fans not liking that one, as they felt that was a little low and outside. Looked pretty good from up here. 0-1 is the count. That pitch missing. 1-1 now is the count here to Jacob Hall, the DH. Well, he hit a grounder that snuck past the diving second baseman in his previous at-bat. The Indians would love to see that one again here. Breaking pitch, and it tailed right back in for the strike. 1-2 now is the count here to Jacob Hall. Krieger's at third. He's been there a while. You've got second base occupied by LeBryant Siddell, and that's Justin Medlin over at first base, who just drew a walk, and time is taken by the batter. Jacob Hall, then Lane Domino is on deck for the Indians. So 1-2 is the count. Hall at the plate. Hall looks at that ball in the dirt, and that evens at the count now at 2-2. Good job again by O'Bannon blocking that one up and not allowing the ball to get away. Krieger's got good speed over at third. So awaiting this 2-2 offering here from the right-handed Page. Time is taken. Shamar taking a little bit more time than Hall wanted that time. Asked for time, steps out, and is going to reset. So we'll do the same. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bases full of Indians here in the bottom of the third. 2-2 is your score.
Here we go, Jacob.
And again, Page taking a lot of time, and time taken by the batter. So now he'll dig in. 2-2 pitch coming. Breaking pitch, hangs up high. 3-2 now is the count. Nowhere to put him. A walk would push across a run. Either way you do it, the Indians would love to see that here. Bases loaded. 3-2 is the count. 1 out. Jacob Hall swings on this one, fouls it off, and we'll redo it again at 3-2. Big inning here for both teams. 2 runs was scored in the top of the third. ICC's already scored 2 here, looking for more. Bases loaded with 1 out. 3-2 is the count here to the DH, Jacob Hall. And there's strike 3. A beautiful pitch. Pinks that outside corner there. And that is going to be the 3rd Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Great job by Shamar Page coming back. And, man, surgeon-like precision that time.
Lane Domino.
Now this is going to bring up Lane Domino. Domino struck out swinging in his first trip to the plate, looking to redeem himself here with 2 outs and bases loaded in the bottom of the third. We'll check in on softball in the next inning to see how they're doing in game 1 against Hines. That pitch hangs up high for a ball. Well, both these teams have gotten deep in, well, I wouldn't say gotten deep in the pitch count, but they went deep in the pitch count. As actually we're going to have a little break in the action here as the shortstop's going to come up and talk to his pitcher. Try to calm him down a little bit. So let's see if we can find that First American National Bank opening, or First American National Bank scoreboard update. And yes, it is. It's now 8-3 ICC over Hines. That's in the bottom of the third inning. A big bottom of the third inning for ICC as they led 1-0, then fell behind 3-1, and 8-3 now is the score in the bottom of the third. Domino stands in, takes that pitch right down Broadway for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Page took a little bit of something off that one that time, as now Coach Collier wants to come out and talk to the home plate umpire real quick. Not really sure if he saw something or wants to bring it to his attention, and whatever it was, Rick shook his head yes, gave a quick thumbs up, and walked away as the home plate umpire going to come up and dust the plate off. Wasn't a spirited conversation. We've seen many of those over the years with Coach Colliers and a few umpires. We've seen many of those already this season, too. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Bases loaded here for the Indians. They're tied 2-2. And Domino at the plate. Nearly hit by a pitch there. That one missing for a ball. 2-1 now is the count here to the right fielder, Lane Domino. Well, the Indians would love to just get a base hit here to push across at least one more run. If he can get something over the head of the right fielder, might be able to push two as they're shading Domino to go to the left side of the field, and that pitch inside nearly hits him again. 3-1 now is the count here to Domino. So, yeah, if he can get something over the head of where the second baseman's standing right now, out to that gap, that could be trouble for Pearl River and a big hit there for the Indians. Either way, now the count goes 3-1. So Shamar Page now getting set to pitch. And misses it. And that will be a bases-loaded walk to Lane Domino, and ICC will take a 3-2 lead. And a big-time miss there, the third walk of the game for Page. And now this will bring Russell Bunch to the plate. Just to put this in perspective, ladies and gentlemen, Page has pitched 23 2/3 inning coming into this game, had only walked 4 this season, and that is his third walk of the day. And now this is going to be Russell Bunch. This is the 9th batter of the inning coming to the plate here for the Indians. They lead it 3-2. Bunch playing at third base. Sees the first pitch, fouls it off. 4-1. Came back and caught the catcher on the mask, and the umpire was going to walk the ball out to the pitcher. But with a name like Magruder O'Bannon, you're a tough guy. So that type of foul ball didn't hurt there. 0-1 is the count here to Bunch. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Lane Domino just drew a walk to give the Indians a 3-2 lead. Breaking pitch that looked up a little bit to the ICC fans, called a strike. 0-2 now is the count. So Bunch has got to protect the plate here. Trying to come up with a clutch hit. Bunch looks at that one across for strike 3. Just a beautiful breaking pitch that clipped the inside corner of the plate. And they're able to get out of the inning. Are the Wildcats with minimum damage done as the Indians score 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 3 left on base. We've played 3. ICC leads it 3-2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and 95.1 FM out of South Tillow.
Student involvement is a top priority here at Itawamba Community College.
If you want to be involved with student government, then the Student Government Association is the place for you.
If you have a stellar GPA, then Phi Theta Kappa is for you.
If you're interested in the diverse culture of our campus population, then the Diversity Club is for you.
If you're interested in leadership and service, then Indian Delegation is for you.
If you're majoring in computer programming or computer networking, then CPNA, the Computer Programming Networking Association, is for you.
If you're interested in good conversations and free lunch on Thursdays, then the Wesley Foundation is for you.
Our health science programs also have specific organizations for those majors.
Student Activities is excited to bring you new opportunities here at the ICC Tupelo campus.
Whatever your passion may be, we have a place for you.
This video is brought to you by Phi Theta Kappa, Beta Chi Sigma, Tupelo Camp.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back now as we move to the top of the 4th inning. And it's been a minute since Hootie's been on the mound thanks to a 3-run bottom of the 3rd inning by ICC. And this first pitch lifted deep. If it stays fair, it's trouble. And it's a foul ball, so nothing but a long, deep strike. And that one. So just getting told that this guy at the plate right now, Wally Cleveland, he touched Hootie back this fall, back in Smith-Will Stadium. Thought he got him again there, but that one just turned into a foul ball. 0-1 now is the count to Cleveland. That pitch missing low in the dirt. And 1-1 now is the count. And there's strike two. 1-2 now goes the count here to Cleveland. Cleveland struck out swinging in his first at bat of the day. So waiting the 1-2 pitch here from Hootie. Swung on and missed for strike three. Ball gets away. The throw down will be in time. And that will go down as a Renaissance Bank strikeout, the fifth of the day for Hootie. 2-3 on the putout, however.
Now to bat, number 11, Casey Donaldson.
And now there's one out in the inning, and this is going to bring up Casey Donaldson, the DH. Donaldson had a hard hit ground ball to the first baseman. Medlin did a good job of diving down the line to block it and then win the foot race to beat Donaldson to the bag for the second out of the second inning. As that pitch missing for a ball. Remind you, if you're ever away from your computer or your radio and you want to keep up with games, you can follow the games on Twitter by following @Let'sGoICC. Ball in the dirt, 2-0 now is the count. So one out in the inning. This is Casey Donaldson, the DH, at the plate. Ahead in the count, 2-0. As that pitch just missing a little bit too low for the umpire's liking. Now the count quickly 3-0, so you figure the red light's going to be on right now for Donaldson. Hootie loads up and zips that one right down the middle for a strike. 3-1 now is the count. After three complete in game one, the softball Indians lead Hines 9-3. That game's over on the Blue Channel. That pitch paints the corner for a strike, and 3-2 now. It is the count here on Donaldson. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. Second batter of the inning. And that's a cross for a strike. Well, Donaldson thought it was ball 4. Flipped the bat, and the umpire pulled the chain and rung him up for the 6th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day.
Now at the bat, number 20, Dexter Jordan.
And I think this umpire's got it figured out. He's got two really good pitchers that have great command on the hill today. So if you go for that corner, you might be able to get it from now on, as that's going to be a ball in the dirt. Ball 1. And this is Dexter Jordan at the plate. He flew out to left field to end the second in his first at bat of the day. 3-2. As this is a hard hit line drive down the line, drifting foul. And 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. The Indians see if they can get the bats back to the plate. Big time looping breaking pitch. Jordan comes up empty, and 1-2 now is the count. Man, I tell you, when Hootie has that breaking pitch working and he has it controlled, it's a thing of beauty. 1-2 pitch coming from Hootie. Fastball popped up. Domino jogging back, camps underneath it, and squeezes it for out number 3. Big inning there for the Indians. After scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the third, they get a 3-up, 3-down inning here in the top of the 4th. 3-2 is your score. ICC with the lead. We'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the 4th inning right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set to move to the bottom of the fourth inning. For ICC, it'll be where it all started the last inning. It'll be Brett Coker, Austin Powell, and Kyle Krieger due up here in the bottom of the fourth. 3-2 is your score. Game one between ICC, who is ranked number 13 in the country, and the visiting Pearl River Wildcats, who is ranked number 4 in the country. We do thank you guys.
Now the back. Look at hockey. Ice with the hockey. Brett Coker.
We do thank everyone for tuning in here, and also for everyone tuning in on the radio. This is our first radio baseball broadcast of the year, and we're hoping to bring you a little bit more of those, along with softball as well. Seth Kent back in the studios in Saltillo, getting things rolling for us here this baseball season, as we had a long postseason with the Lady Indians basketball team. As that pitch, wow, called a strike. Now that one looked a little low, as now the count goes 2-1. Or no, excuse me, 1-1 is the count. There's a shot right up the middle. Center fielder's going to have to hurry and does run underneath it. And that's going to go for the first out of the inning, F8 for those of you that may be scoring at home. So one away now here in the bottom of the fourth. And this is going to be Austin Powell.
Now the bat, number 6, Austin Powell.
Powell hit a single out to right field. The ball got away from the outfielder and it turned into a two-base error. Also scored a run and allowed Coker as this pitch fouled off, and bad luck, it might have hit the hand of the catcher, but he seems to be okay. So that's going to be a foul ball, so that will go for a strike. As Austin Powell catching here. Beautiful curveball across for a strike. And that's strike 3. So that's going to be a Renaissance Bank strikeout. And that is the 5th of the day for Page. And so now back to the top of the lineup here, Kyle Krieger, who walked in his previous at-bat, was left stranded over at third base. Curveball, and it's a beauty across for a strike. Or excuse me, no, he actually scored a run in the previous inning. As Krieger fouls this one back, and 0-2 now is the count. So 0-2 as Page trying to return serve here and get a quick 3-up, 3-down inning. Fastball outside corner, and it's called for strike 3. Yes, it was, and another beautiful pitch by Shamar Page, and back-to-back Renaissance Bank strikeouts ends the inning. 3-up, 3-down, go the Indians. We've played 4. ICC leads it 3-2. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and 95.1 FM.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Now as we move to the top of the inning, we move to the top of the 5th, I should say. This game is scheduled for 9 innings. As so now it will be the 7, 8, 9 batters due up here And this is where things got going for Pearl River as well the previous, I should say, in the top of the third. Ewing flew out to center field in his first at bat. And so Houston Harding still on the hill here for the Indians. He's got 6 Renaissance Bank strikeouts of the day. Swing and a miss there on the first pitch. His counterpart, Shamar Page, he also has 6 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day. As anticipated, a pitcher's duel this afternoon. The bats did heat up there in the third. And that pitch just had Ewing all kind of confused that time as he swings at a pitch. Comes up empty, ball gets away, but nobody on base to really worry about there. As Ewing is leading us off here, he's behind the count now, 0-2. Fastball missing high and outside. Not a bad spot to miss that time. See if you couldn't get him to chase one after jamming him inside a couple of times. Good eye, however, by Ewing to be able to hold off on that one. And now the count goes 1-2. Looping fastball. Oh, borderline pitch, not going the way of the Indians there. And 2-2 now is the count. Good looking pitch to ring him up on, but the umpire said it was a little bit too up for his liking. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs with Ewing leading us off here, and he's going to call for time, and Hootie will step off the mound. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Hootie toes the rubber and now sets to deliver. And there's strike. Oh. I think one of the fans just shouted something I'm thinking as well. Be consistent. As that was a good-looking pitch there. One that he rung a batter up on earlier. And when I say he rung a batter up earlier, it wasn't it was a Pearl River batter he rang up earlier. And that pitch is high. So after 2 good-looking pitches that we thought were strike 3, turns into a walk. So a tough break there for Hootie. And now this is going to be O'Bannon coming to the plate. So a leadoff walk here for Pearl River, and this will bring up O'Bannon, who flew out to right field. And his first at bat of the day. Man, there was 2 good-looking pitches that looked like strike 3 that the umpire refused to call it. And he is getting the treatment today from not only ICC fans, but also Pearl River fans. So O'Bannon at the plate, runner at first. And it's going to be a half-hearted pickoff over to first. Your score is 3-2 as we're in the top of the 5th inning. Game 1 of conference play, always scheduled for 9 innings. So Harding checks the runner over at first. And now will deliver. Bunt is shown. He went, and it goes for a strike. So they were trying to see if maybe the batter would tip his cards or tip his hand early in that situation. He did not, but did try to lay down the bunt. This is O'Bannon, as we said, flew out to right field in his first at bat. Harding's going to check the runner at first. He's taking his time here. Shows bunt. Ball gets away. Runner will head to second. The runner will advance on a pass ball. And that's what hurt the Indians last time. It was Luke Harper who walked, advanced on a wild pitch, and eventually came around to score on a single by Matt Taylor. And so now you got to think the bunt will be off in this situation. Or they might keep it on here with no outs in the inning. We'll see. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, and a runner at second. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 3-2 ICC with the lead over Pearl River. Runner at second is Ewing. It is showing bunt. He stayed with the attempt, and that's going to go for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. Ewing has stole 3 out of 4 base, or successfully stolen 3 out of 4 times this year. So 1-2 now is the count here to O'Bannon. No outs and a runner at second. That is the tying run at second for Pearl River. The wind picking up now, blowing out dead center field. He's going to show bunt again, and he's going to foul it back. And that will be strike 3. Interesting. that they kept the bunt on in that situation. Don't know if that might have been a missed signal there, as the Pearl River coach on the third base box just stared down the line out at the 3:30 mark. So now with one out in the inning and a runner at second base, this is going to be Luke Harper, the first baseman, as we talked about in the previous at-bat. He walked, advanced on a wild pitch, and eventually came around to score a run. 3-2 is your score, one out. We're in the top of the fifth with a tying run at second base for the Wildcats. Time is taken here by the batter. A little game of cat and mouse between Harper and Harding right now. Talk about the runner at second base right now. With one out in the inning, ICC leading 3-2. And Harding delivers. That one across for, man, that one missing for a ball. Even Harding throwing his hands up that time. No idea where that pitch missed there. Well, I was giving a compliment to the home plate umpire the previous inning, talking about he's got two good pitchers that can hit their locations. My bad on jinxing that, folks, as there have been some really good pitches that have not been called strikes this inning here. That ball in the dirt, a breaking pitch, nicely done that time, blocking it up by Powell. And 2-0 now is the count. And the reason why I say that is, as a broadcaster, from our point of view, we take a couple of innings and we feel where the pitches locate and see what he's calling strikes, and we can go off that cadence. And, well, I've called it strikes a few times and it's come up and been balls. So, yeah, as Steve Diffie likes to say, consistently inconsistent right now is the home plate umpire. But I guess at the end of the day, as long as he's consistently inconsistent for both teams, that's really all that matters. So 2-0 is the count here on Harper. So Hootie working a little bit more methodically as the ball is going to be thrown. It's going to get out in center field, but the runner will not advance that time as the throw was actually hit the bag. But a good job by Lancaster that time, doing his job, backing up the play and quickly relayed the ball in to the shortstop, allowing the runner to stay at second. May have just been a little bit miscommunication between Harding and Coker that time. So 2-0 is the count. And there's a pitch across for a strike. 2-1 now goes the count. A carbon copy of a pitch that was called a ball earlier. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Runner at second. That is the tying run here in the top of the 5th inning. This game scheduled for 9 innings. ICC leading 3-2 over number 4, Pearl River. Harper at the plate. Sees a ground ball that's going to be scooped up and played over there at first. Works, though, as the runner was able to advance to third. And now we go back to the top of the lineup, and Matt Taylor coming to the plate. Matt Taylor, 1 of 2 on the day. He does have an RBI single and scored a run in his previous at-bat. So now he's going to come in here and try to get a clutch 2-out hit. The Indians, though, with 2 outs in the inning, would like to find a way to get out of this inning. As Hootie taking his time to regather himself here. Absolute beautiful day at the ballpark. Chamber of Commerce Day here at Crescent Field. Sun's out. For Jordan Judon, that means the guns are out. As this pitch fouled back for a strike. 0-1 now is the count. Been a light breeze today. Clouds in the sky. Nothing just too bad. And it's a full day here on campus. A swing and a miss for strike 2, and Hootie's quickly ahead in the count now, 0-2. We talked about softball taking on Hines. Across from us, also tennis taking on Hines today. And a full day at the Fulton campus. If you're within driving range, looking for something to do, come on out. Come see us here at Crescent Field or over at the softball and tennis complexes on the other side of campus. 0-2 is the count here to Taylor. Runner at third. Taylor, ground ball, shortstop. Scoops it, throws on the run, and it's in time. Yes, it is. Beautiful play there. As that was an impressive play from the shortstop, Brett Coker. As you look at that on the Little Caesars instant replay, yes, he did. Great stretch on the part of Medlin as well. The Pearl River coach going to come out and talk to the infield umpire, and the Indians get out of the jam, score that a big-time 6-3 putout, and an early nominee for our Renaissance Bank Water Play Wednesday for next week. We'll take a break, and let's hear from Renaissance Bank. We'll be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the bottom of the fifth inning. ICC with a 3-2 lead here. Number 13, ICC. Number 4, Pearl River, in a battle here in Game 1. Shamar Page still on the hill here as his first pitch, missing inside for a ball here to Jackson Lancaster. For ICC, it'll be the 2-3-4 batters due up. Lancaster, Sedale, and Medlin. As this pitch fouled back, it'll get out of play, and it evens the count also at 1-1. We'll give you the scoring recap this inning here, and we'll just have to go back to the third inning because that's where all 5 runs of this game was scored. So that pitch, missing for a ball, 2-1 now is the count. What did the pitch here from Page? Ground ball, second baseman scoops it up and will throw over for the putout. Kind of double clutch that time, and then he saw Lancaster had a little bit more speed than he was anticipating, so he had to rush the throw, but it wasn't a big issue there as he still was able to get the out. So now this is going to bring up LeBryant Sedale. So LB will come to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. LeBryant swings on the first pitch he sees. It's a flare out to center field. Center fielder going back and squeezes it for the out. Well, those type of balls, yes, they'll for most part be routine, but as the day continues and the sun sets here, it makes it really difficult on the right side of the field defensively.
At the bat, number 11, Justin Medlin.
And so quickly 2 away now, and this is going to be Justin Medlin coming to the plate. Medlin 0 for 1. He walked, was left stranded in scoring position in his previous at-bat. Part of that 3-run inning there in the third as Medlin fouls this one off. Let's talk about the scoring in the game. So it all was in the third inning. It was a walk advance on a wild pitch by Luke Harper. He came around to score on a single by Matt Taylor. Taylor scored on a 2-out error in center field, and that was 2-0 Pearl River for ICC as this pitch, ground ball, hard hit, and it gets past the first baseman. So that's going to be a 2-out hit that's going to go for extra bases. And now the ball gets away in the outfield. And it's going to go for third. And they're going to tell Medlin to get in and slide. And he's in with a big-time play there. So that's going to be a double on the play. And I'm going to say after the ball bounced around that he advanced on the error. And boy, a big-time clutch play there for the Indians as Medlin slides in. And so can the Indians come up with a clutch two-out hit here from Jacob Hall? Boy, it could be big if they do. As there's a beautiful breaking pitch from Page as he wasted no time getting after Jacob Hall here. Hall singled in his first at bat, was left stranded at first, struck out looking for the second out of inning 3. That ball in the dirt blocked up beautifully that time by O'Bannon. I've said that time and time again. And there's a lot of people that really don't give catchers the credit due because there's guys that when you throw breaking balls, you know you're coming into the ballpark and you're going to have to get dirty. You have to get busy behind the plate. And he has done that. A beautiful pitch there. A breaking pitch that clips him at the knees. 1-2 now is the count here to Jacob Hall. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner at third. Man, the Indians would love to pick up an insurance run here in the bottom of the 5th. Awaiting the 1-2 offering from Page. There's a ground ball. Second baseman's going to have a play on it, scoops it up, and will throw it over in time for the putout. So the Wildcats get out of a little bit of a jam there as they get the putout 4-3. The Indians get no runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We've played 5 here in game 1. It's scheduled for 9. ICC leads it 3-2. We'll take a break and hear a few words from our sponsors and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95.1.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
Trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Welcome back now as we shift to the top of the 6th inning for Pearl River to be the 2-3-4 batters due up. Izzo, Barron, and Cleland. Remind you, you can follow us on Twitter, get updates from today's game as well as the softball games going on. Those softball games might be over with as the Indians did get enough runs the last inning I looked to possibly pick up the run rule victory in the first game of the day. I'll see if I can find you a First American National Bank scoreboard update after this pitch. As the pitch missing low for a ball. So after 4 complete, and that was 14 minutes ago, so our last update 14 minutes ago after 4 complete, ICC was up 10-3 as that pitch across for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Of course, if you're looking for the softball game, that's over on the Blue Channel. Don't know if Lee or Raphael's doing play-by-play on that one. As there's a breaking pitch, it is a beauty for strike 2. 1-2 now is the count. Fastball and just try to put a little bit too much on that one as it goes low. 2-2 now is the count. Good eye that time on the part of Izzo to hold off and watch that one go by. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. And that pitch in the dirt. And now the count goes full. Three-two. As Hootie trying to find a way to win this at bat right now. He'll step off the mound and regather himself. Let's give you the defensive lineup for the Indians after this pitch. Of course, when we talk about that, we're talking about our friends at the Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, as that pitch misses for a ball. So a leadoff walk issued to Izio. On the hill is Houston Harding. Behind the plate for the Indians is Austin Powell. At first base is Justin Medlin. The second baseman is Kyle Krieger. At third base is Russell Bunch. And the shortstop is Brett Coker. In the outfield is LeBryant Siddell. In left field, Jackson Lancaster is the center fielder. In right field is Lane Domino. And that is your Coca-Cola defensive lineup here for the Indians. ICC and Coke, now that's a winning combination. And Coach Collier hoping that the Indians can find a way to get out of this inning and maybe get some more insurance runs in the bottom half. A breaking pitch that paints the corner for a strike. 0-1 now is the count. No outs. Runner at first. That's Izio, who started the inning with a walk. All 5 runs came in the third. We're going over the scoring update in the previous inning. We'll give you the scoring for ICC, and then we go back to the third inning. It was Coker with a double off the wall. He scored on a single by Powell. He advanced to third after an error out there in right field. And then it was a walk to Kyle Krieger, and an RBI single from a one-out RBI single from LeBryant Siddell that scored Powell. Then a walk to Medlin. And we wait for this pitch here, and it's a line drive, but it's going to go foul. Strike 2. And then the bases were loaded with 2 outs in the inning. Lane Domino drew a walk, and that put the Indians up 3-2 in the bottom of the third. And that's where we're at right now. That scoring update being brought to you by our friends at the Sonic here in Fulton. I'll either drink a cherry limeade or a half cherry, half grape slush. That's my drink. What about you guys? Route 44 water, extra ice. Ocean water is pretty good, he says. So is that just salt water? Never tried the ocean water. I'll give it a try next time. Swinging at a fastball and a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there for Hootie. Couldn't catch up with the high heat, and that's the first out of the inning. That is the 8th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Houston Harding. And so now with 1 out and a runner at first, this is Wiley Cleland. Well, Wiley put a charge in the one in the first pitch he saw in his previous at-bat, but it was nothing but a long strike as it went foul down the left field line. He is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. Actually 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. So 1 out and a runner at first. Cleland is at the plate. They're going to say he went. Yes, he did. Couldn't put the brakes on that pitch in the dirt that time. 0-1 now is the count here to Cleland. He's playing shortstop. Batting in that 4 spot. Izio is over at first. He walked to start the inning. So there's only 1 out in the inning here. And this pitch, a flare out towards the parking lot, and that one's got a chance to hit some vehicles. Don't hear any oohs or ahs out of the crowd, so maybe it dipped, ducked, dodged, and dived and dodged some vehicles out there. 0-2 now is the count here on Cleland. Going to look the runner back to first as Hootie steps off, and we'll reset. 0-2 with 1 out, runner at first. 3-2 ICC with the lead. We're in the top of the 6th inning. This game scheduled for 9. This is a big-time conference matchup between the Indians and Pearl River. Breaking pitch across for a strike. Another Renaissance Bank strikeout, and that was a thing of beauty, as that is Hootie's 9th strikeout of the game.
Now at the bat, number 11, Casey Donaldson.
And so now with 2 outs and a runner at first, this is going to be Donaldson, the DH, at the plate. Fastball there for a strike. So Hootie's done a nice job of getting ahead of batters here in the 6th inning. Trying to see if he can get around this leadoff walk to start the inning. Donaldson, however, trying to spark a 2-out rally here for the Wildcats. 0-1 is the count with 2 outs and a runner at first. 3-2 is the lead for the Indians. That pitch missing low and outside. 1-1 now is the count here to Donaldson. One ball, one strike, 2 outs. Runner at first. Donaldson at the plate. Awaiting the pitch here from Houston Harding. Harding set to deliver. There's a rip, and it's going to be a foul ball. Well, the first base coach from Pearl River tried to make a play on it, then realized, you know what, that's hit a little bit harder than I want to grab. Quickly put his hand down and let the ball go. Wise decision. Back in my television and newspaper day, I was covering a softball game at, I think, Lewisburg High School, and there was a ground ball that was blistered toward me in foul territory as I was taking pictures, and I put my hand back to grab it, and it was a cold night. I thought I was cool. I flipped the ball up, threw it back to the pitcher, get back to about Holly Springs, and my hand starts turning and realize I have broken my thumb. As getting out of that cold weather, was not a good day. Runner goes. Pitch in the dirt, and the ball will get away. That'll go for a stolen base for Izio. As 2-2 now goes the count. But yeah, one of those where your hand gets numb and yeah, just wasn't good. Really freaky when you look down at the steering wheel and see your thumb kind of just hanging off your hand. So after I freak everyone out listening to the broadcast, I'll tell you it's a 2-2 count with 2 outs and a runner on second. ICC with a 3-2 lead here. And this is Donaldson at the plate. Hootie checking the runner at second. Now will deliver. Runner goes. The pitch is high. Throw down to third is, would have been in time, but it was up the line. So Pearl River getting aggressive. Back-to-back steals now from Izio. We'll check the stats on him. And that's going to be his 4th steal of the year. He is a perfect 4 for 4 on stolen bases. So now the tying run is at third base. The count is full. 3-2 is the count. Donaldson at the plate. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. And the ball misses, and that's going to go for ball 4. Second walk of the inning now for Hootie.
Here we go, Hootie. Nobody hurt. Here we go.
And that is his 4th walk of the game. And this is going to bring the number 6 batter, second baseman Dexter Jordan, to the plate. Jordan flew out to left, flew out to right to end the 2nd and 4th innings, respectively. So runners on the corners here for Pearl River. We'll see if they roll the dice and try to move the runner at first, since they do have that runner at third, to maybe get that go-ahead run in scoring position. Right now, if you're Hootie, you just worry about the guy in front of you. And that's Dexter Jordan. Breaking pitch hangs up high for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. 3-2 is your score. Top of the 6th inning. ICC with the lead over number 4 Pearl River. ICC number 13 in the country. 1-0 is the count here to Jordan. Just couldn't catch up with that one. A beautiful pitch that time as it fell off the table as soon as it got to the batter. 1-1 now is the count with 2 outs. Outfield playing him at regular depth straight away. As that pitch high for a ball. Hootie reached back and put just a little bit too much on that one. Looked like he kind of lost his balance coming off the hill that time. As now the count goes 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on the corners here for Pearl River. Tying run is at third base as ICC leads at 3-2 here on the top of the 6th. There's a ground ball. It's going to get through, and we've got a tie ball game. Well, just a nice piece of hitting that time from Dexter Jordan. Waited back on the pitch and ripped it past the diving shortstop, and now we're tied at 3. Well, that's what you hear a lot of times is if you walk the first batter of the inning 9 times out of 10, it'll come back and haunt you, and it did the case there. As we're now tied at 3. It was a walk and a pair of stolen bases from Izio, so Pearl River got really aggressive on the bases, and it paid off. As now they are tied 3-3 here in the top of the 6th, and this is going to be Reese Ewing. Ewing walked, advanced on a pass ball, was left stranded. He also flew out to center field. There's runners on first and second now with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Indians looking for the exit. Can they find it? This ball popped up Russell Bunch will drift over in foul territory, and the ball is just going to get out of play as it drifts away from Russell. Boy, that would have been a big gift there for the Indians if they could have got that pop-up in foul territory, but instead it goes for a strike. 0-1 now is the count here on Reese Ewing. No balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Runners at first and second. We're in the top of the 6th. 1 run has already scored. Hootie checks the runner over at second. There's a fastball in there for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Ewing. "3-3 is your score. Awaiting the 0-2 offering here from Harding. That pitch outside. See if you couldn't get him to go chase one. Didn't do it. Good eye that time by Ewing. I would say a good spot to miss, but the ball almost got away that time. So good job by Powell to stretch out and keep that one in front of him and keep the runners at first and second. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here to Reese Ewing, who is 0 for 1 the day with a walk. Houston Harding on the hill for the Indians. He's got 9 Renaissance Bank strikeouts. Make it 10. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there to get that out of the inning with minimum damage done. Pearl River gets 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're tied at 3 as we'll take a break and come back with the bottom of the 6th. Back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95.1.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in!
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
And welcome back as Shamar Page takes his final warm-up pitch to get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning for the Indians. It'll be Domino, Bunch, and Coker, the 6, 7, 8 batters due up here for ICC in the bottom of the 6th inning. We do remind you, and I know I probably have hammered this home enough for those that might be just now joining us either here on Let's Go ICC TV. Looks like we may have a new catcher in the game. Can't really see his number. The umpire pointed at us and then pointed down to the catcher, so I'm assuming that's what that means. And Page, first pitch to Domino, across for a strike. So we'll try to see if there is a change in the lineup, at least whenever he comes back to bat. If that's the case, it will be the first batter of the next inning. That pitch missing low for a ball. 1-1 now is the count here to Lane Domino. Domino on the day, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He did draw a bases-loaded walk in the 3rd to give the Indians a 3-3 lead, and then it was an RBI, 2-out RBI single from Ewing as that pitch there for a strike. So now 1-2 is the count. Domino couldn't catch up with that one. Nice change of pace that time by Page, and that is going to be Page's 7th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. We talked about it coming in. 2 of the best pitchers in the country facing off today, and they have put on a show.
22, Russell Bunch.
This is going to be Russell Bunch now coming to the plate. Bunch is 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. That pitch across for a strike, and Shamar doing a much better job of getting ahead of the batters early here so far in the bottom of the 6th. Bunch looks at that pitch, and it's in there for a strike as well. Starting to hear the wind pick up a little bit here at the ballpark. 0-2 is the count, and Bunch checks his swing. Diving stop at shortstop's going to have to hurry, and comes off the bag. Let's look at that one again here on the Little Caesars instant replay. I won't have to call that a hit because that was just a tough play that time. Or actually, what do you... And so, one of the Pearl River fans, not a big fan of that one, as the Pearl River coach is going to come up and talk to him there. They're going to talk it over. So we'll see if they're going to overrule it here as they go home. And they're going to stay with it. I was going to say, a good crew is going to back up his own guy, and that was the case there as he did come up and say, I didn't see it, I'm going with your call. There was a little discussion about it. They talked it over, they both agreed, and the play stands. So that was a one-out single there, as now that will bring up Brett Coker. It was a great effort by the shortstop as he had to range deep towards second base, made the diving stop, quickly popped up and showed off a rocket of an arm. Unfortunately, it was just a little low, and a great stretch over there by first base to try to get the out. Unfortunately, just stretched a little bit too far. Beautiful breaking a pitch across to Coker for a strike, and 0-2 now is the count. Coker doubled off the wall in his first at-bat, eventually coming around to score. He also has a fly out to center field. So one out and a runner over at first right now in Russell Bunch. Coker swings at one in the dirt. The base is not open, and that will go for a Renaissance Bank strikeout. Second of the inning here for Page. 8th of the ball game.
Out the back, number 6, Austin Powell.
So now this is going to bring up Austin Powell, who's going to try to find a way to spark a two-out rally here for the Indians. He is 1 for 2 on the day, has scored a run. He's also struck out. That ball outside, ball 1. If Powell were to find a way on base, we'll go back to the top of the lineup for the Indians, and Kyle Krieger. Is that pitch missing for a ball? 2-0 now is the count. 3-3 is your score, ICC. Trying to see if they can get that run back they gave up in the top part of the inning. It was an RBI single by Dexter Jordan, who scored Austin Rizzio, who walked and stole a pair of bases. A breaking pitch that just falls out of the zone. 3-0 now is the count. They're in the middle of the 5th in softball, and the number 18 Indians leading 10-3 over Hines. That's in game 1, also available on the Blue Channel. And there's ball 4. Powell trotted down as the catcher for Pearl River tried to frame the pitch, but the umpire was having nothing of it. And that will be the walk. That will be the 4th walk of the day. And now this is going to bring up Kyle Krieger. So the Indians have the go-ahead run at second right now with 2 outs in the inning after that 2-out walk issued to Austin Powell. Krieger on the day 0 for 2 with the walk. He has scored a run. He's also struck out looking. So Krieger looking for his first hit of the day. Center fielder shading him a little bit to his left out there in center field. Krieger swings the first pitch he sees, and the third baseman will get it and step on the bag, and that will do it there. So the Indians get no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. We've played 6 of the 9 innings here in game 1. It's 3-3. We'll take a break and come back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we move now to the top of the 7th inning. A reminder, even though we're in the 7th inning, this game is scheduled for 9, as this is going to be number 8 coming to the plate, Britt McKay. So that might have been the change that we saw in the previous inning. And so McKay will start us off here in the top of the 7th. We do have a final in softball. We'll give you that after this pitch. And it's across for a strike. 11-3, ICC wins the first game of the day in softball. And they're already starting game 2, as they started it pretty quickly over there. There's a ground ball to second. Scooped up by Krieger. Throw over to first is in time for the putout. 4-3 of McKay.
Now up to bat, number 17, Luke Harper.
And now this will be Luke Harper coming to the plate. And a 3-3 contest here in the top of the 5th. This is two of the top teams, not only in the country, but also, or I should say not even in the conference, but also in the country, scoring off today. And this is a big doubleheader. Whichever team could possibly sweep the day, as that pitch across for a strike to Harper, would get a leg up whenever it comes to trying to make the chase for that state championship. Of course, the regular season champion, the state champion now in the MACJC, and they will get a bye into that region tournament. And I believe they would host the region tournament this year. Yes, that would be the case because LSU Eunice hosted it last season. 1-1 pitch coming. Breaking pitch, ground ball. First baseman gets it. It's going to toss it over to Hootie, and it's in time for the putout. Close play there as Harper's got really good speed in that 9 spot. So score that one 3-1 on the putout. Medlin to Harding. And now there are 2 outs. And we go back to the top of the lineup here in Matt Taylor. Taylor in his previous at-bat grounded out to the shortstop. And then it was an RBI single in the 3rd. He also struck out swinging to start the game. Let's say about an hour and 56 minutes ago is when we started the game. We started with the 2:01 First American National Bank opening pitch. And we have had a dandy for you here, our first radio broadcast of the year on FM 95.1. And it's going to hit him. And they're going to say it bounced as Austin Powell quickly hopped up and looked at the umpire before even wondering about where the ball went, and they're going to talk this one over. I don't think the first base umpire saw it well enough because he was already jogging over to second, so I don't think the Indians are going to win this battle here as they're going to leave him there. Yeah, I can tell by the way the infield umpire was coming over to talk to the home plate umpire that he never saw it, and he was shaking his head before the umpire even got there. So even if it didn't hit him, you got to give credit where credit's due for Matt Taylor for selling that like he did. So a questionable hit by pitch puts the runner on first as, and I kind of got to agree with Austin. The way the ball bounced up back to him, it looked like nothing really altered the trajectory of the ball. But once again, hey, that's part of the game. Matt Taylor able to at least get to first by what now will be a hit batter. A breaking pitch in the dirt, and that's going to be a stolen base for Taylor. So with 2 outs in the inning now, Taylor in scoring position. We know Pearl River likes to be aggressive on the base pass. As that stolen base for Taylor is his 7th of the year as he leads the team in stolen bases. So 1-0 is the count here, as this is the number 2 batter, Austin Izio, at the plate. He's playing third base. He had the final out of the previous at-bat for the Indians. As Hootie paying a lot of attention to the runner at second. Now will deliver. This pitch popped up. Center fielder Jackson Lancaster jogging in and squeezes it for the out. Nicely done that time by Hootie to get out of the inning with no damage done. No runs on no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. We'll move to the bottom of the 7th. ICC trying to find the hitting sticks here in this one. We're tied 3-3. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back to action, ladies and gentlemen. 3-3 as we move to the bottom of the 7th inning.
Number 10, Jackson Lancaster.
For the Indians, it'll be the 2-3-4 batters due up. Jackson Lancaster, LeBryant Siddell, and Justin Medlin. Lancaster is 0 for 3 on the day with a strikeout. A pair of ground balls to second. When he does put the bat on the ball, is the situation right now for Lancaster. Stands in, takes that first pitch inside for a ball. Shamar Page and Houston Harding, man, they have lived up to the billing today. Page has 8 strikeouts on the day. Harding has 10. As that pitch in there for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. Of course, when we talk about those strikeouts, we got to talk about the best bank in the South, Renaissance Bank. Understanding you, renaissancebank.com. So 1-1 is the count. No outs as Lancaster's leading us off here, and he's going to call for time, and the umpire will get it to him. The flag barely flapping out there in center field, but when it does, it's moving towards the right side of the field. It's been all over the place today. As there's a ground ball, foul ball, and now the count goes 1-2. There's a lot of talk about the possibility of a guy like Shamar Page being drafted this year, as he does have a pretty good little fastball on him, and it's that breaking pitch across, clips the corner of the plate for another Renaissance Bank strikeout. And that is going to be the 9th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. And right now, if you're the Indians, you've got to know it. That outside corner has been there, and it's been there for both pitchers when I say that. So while the umpire has had spurts of being inconsistent, he's been that way for both teams. So that's, at the end of the day, all you can ask is it just be fair on both sides of the plate, and that's been the case so far. LeBryant Siddell at the plate now. Takes a look at that pitch, high for ball 1. LeBryant is 1 for 3 on the day. He had an RBI single but was left stranded in scoring position back in the 3rd inning. He's flown out to right and also center. Breaking pitch, hangs up inside, 2-0 now is the count here to Siddell. So yeah, if you're looking for softball, they're just now starting game 2. That's over on the Blue Channel of Let'sGoICCTV.com. The softball team picked up an 11-3 win in the first game of the day. That fastball across for a strike. A beautiful pitch that time. 2-1 now is the count here to LeBryant Siddell. So LB at the plate, trying to find a way to spark the bats here for the Indians. A breaking pitch that he fouls off, and it goes for a strike. 2-2 is the count. LB's the type of guy, if you leave a breaking pitch hanging like that too many times, he can really make you pay, and just missed it there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th for ICC. 3-3 is your score. And LeBryant couldn't check his swing, and they're going to tag him out. And that's going to be the 10th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day. Each pitcher with 10 strikeouts today. And now with 2 outs in the inning, this is going to be Justin Medlin. In his previous at-bat, Medlin doubled down the line and was able to head over to third after the ball got away from the right fielder out in the corner. He's also walked and flew out to right. So Medlin trying to spark a 2-out rally here for the Indians in the bottom of the 7th. That pitch inside for a ball. Medlin had to dip out of the way of that one. Had a chance to talk to Justin at lunch during the week. Good kid. Yes, sir, no, sir. Shook my hand as he left the table. You just don't see that very often anymore. And there's a shot to the right side. Does it have enough legs? No, it's off the top, off the yellow. And they quickly relay it in. And that one, ladies and gentlemen, was about a half a foot away from exiting the ballpark on a rope as it hit the yellow stripe out there in right field. And that was a big-time hit there. And once again, a clutch hit with 2 outs in the inning from Justin Medlin, his second hit of the day. And now this is going to bring up Jacob Hall.
Number 8, Jacob Hall.
So Hall will dig in here as we say the Indians trying to get a 2-out rally. Man, oh man, that was a tough break for the Indians. As the ball in the dirt blocked up beautifully that time, as I believe this is McKay who is now behind the plate for the Wildcats. When I say that hits the yellow, folk, that hit the upper part of the yellow out there in the fence. One of those that if just another maybe half an inch or two, that one might have actually found its way out of the ballpark. So a big-time hit there, but a tough break at the same time as it just couldn't find enough height to get out of here. That pitch paints the corner for a strike. 1-1 now is the count. 2 outs and a runner at first in Justin Medlin. Another break for the Wildcats in that situation. The right fielder was in the right spot at the right time as he was able to catch the ball off the hop and quickly relay it in and keep that to a single. And that one's across for a strike. Nicely done by Shamar Page. Has come back and painted that corner, and he has been consistently going after that corner, and the umpire has been consistently giving it to him. So as an ICC batter, you got to know that, and at least try to find a way to foul that one off. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch here coming from Page. It's in the dirt. Runner goes, and he will have it easily as the runner was off on the pitch. That time was Medlin. He picked the right pitch to run on that time, and he'll be in with a stolen base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Man, if Hall could find something to the gap out there to the outfield, it could be a big-time play there for the Indians after the runner stole successfully to move into scoring position. 2-2 is the count. 2 outs and a runner at second. 3-3 is your score. Bottom of the 7th inning, ICC in Pearl River. Scoring off here in Game 1. Game 1 scheduled for 9 innings. Hall takes time and now will dig back in. Now Page checks the runner at second and is set to deliver. That pitch outside and low for a ball. Now the count goes full 3-2 here to Jacob Hall. If Jacob were to find his way on, then it'd be Lane Domino up next here for the Indians. But if your ICC would love to see But maybe a flare out to right field over the head of the second baseman that could score Justin Medlin, who has really good speed for his size. 3-2 is the count, and time taken here by Jacob Hall. Page just couldn't make up his mind on what pitch he wanted, shook off a couple of pitches. So now, counts full with 2 outs and a runner at second, representing the go-ahead run here for the Indians. Jacob Hall awaiting the pitch, breaking pitch, swung on and missed, and a big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there from Shamar Page, his 11th of the game. We'll take a break and come back with the 8th inning, or excuse me, the bottom. Yes, no, we're going to the 8th, correct? Yes, going to the 8th inning. As we'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95.1.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
With the Little Caesars mobile app, you can customize an extra most bestest pizza with the most cheese, and now with the most of any toppings for the nation's best price. It's the crowning pizza achievement. And it's true what they say, it's lonely at the top. Unless you have an extra most bestest pizza, then it's a party at the top!
Little Caesars Extra Most Bestest Pizzas, the world's easiest way to outrageous amounts of toppings, starting at $6.
Pizza.
And welcome back as we move now to the top of the 8th inning. This has been an instant classic between ICC and Pearl River. 3-3 is your score. You've got 2 of the top pitchers in the country scoring off today at Houston Harding and Shamar Page. Houston has 10 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day, 11 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the afternoon for Shamar Page. So Hootie will dig in here. And his first pitch, ground ball to the third baseman. Bunch eats it up, throws it over, and a stretch and a great play. Good job by Justin Medlin that time. Don't know if he stayed in the frame long enough to see that one. And you'll see the stretch here. Yes, he does, and he gets it. And I tell you what, the Indians breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief there. Thanks to Justin Medlin, Noah Barron is retired 5-3. And now this will be the number 5 batter, Wiley Cleland, coming to the bat. It's that pitch in the dirt for a ball. And a nice job taking a little bit off of it that time. Way ahead of the pitch was Cleland. And 1-1 now is the count. Remind you can follow the game on Twitter if you have to be away from your radio or your computer. And a beautiful pitch that time as Cleveland once again way ahead of that one, and now the count goes 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. That ball in the dirt, blocked up nicely that time, even though there's really nobody on base. So now Cleveland has a 2-2 count here with 1 out and nobody on. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Game 1 between ICC and Pearl River. 3-3 is your score. Breaking pitch in there. That was a strike. That was a strike. That was a strike. That was a strike. As he's called that a strike all day, but called that one a ball. The reason why I kept repeating that was a strike, there was a few fans a little too upset that that was called a ball. And now we're having a confrontation between coaches right now, as apparently the Pearl River coach had something to say to Coach Collier. And Coach Collier is going to come out and have some words to the coach of Pearl River. Yeah, everybody thought he was yelling at the umpire, but he was actually yelling at the Pearl River coach, and the Pearl River coach came out of his dugout at Rick. And that ball is in the dirt, and that'll be ball 4. Business picking up here in the top of the 8th.
Now the bat, number 11.
Here we go. Who? Shut him up. Here we go.
And so a runner at first gets the free pass after the walk. 1 out in the inning, and this is going to bring up Casey Donaldson. Couldn't catch up with the fastball that time. Was swung on and missed for Donaldson. Donaldson 0 for 2 with a walk on the day. Donaldson is at the bat. It's Cleland who walked over at first base. There's a pitch across for a strike. 0-2 now is the count here to Casey Donaldson. Well, these two teams, they've had a heated past between ICC and Pearl River, and that has come to flare here in the top of the 8th. And the toss over to first, not in time. Trying to get that pickoff move to see if you can get the runner leaning on an 0-2 pitch.
Here we go. 1-2.
So 0-2 is the count here to Casey Donaldson, the DH. Oh-2 pitch coming. And there's strike 3. How about a makeup call for one he missed earlier, as that one was outside, but they say paints the corner. And there is the 11th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Houston Harding. And now there's 2 outs.
Number 20.
And this is Dexter Jordan coming to the plate now. Jordan walked to the bat and decided to turn around, walk out after Hootie stepped off the mound. Runner at first, there's 2 outs. This is where Pearl River, though, has been pretty solid today in getting hits with 2 outs in these situations. And Donaldson, once again, is going to take a walk away from the plate. And now Hootie will toe the rubber. Runner at first, that's Cleland, who got the walk. And now Hootie's going to step off and looking back, and Coach Collier wants to come out and talk to his pitcher. Let's take the break with them. We'll be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs, and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion, or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton, or online davisfordsales.com.
And welcome back after that brief meeting on the mound there, just trying to calm the situation down is Coach Collier. No changes made for the Indians.
Here we go, Hootie. Here we go, Hootie.
And so we'll reset now. 2 outs, a runner at first. 3-3 is your score. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Number 4, Pearl River, and number 13, ICC in a battle. This pitch, foul back for strike 1. Well, the thing about it, Coach Avalon and Coach Collier, they do know each other. And as I talked about, we have seen some heated battles between ICC and Pearl Rivers over the years. Of course, you can't forget that big fight that broke out almost 8 years ago in a playoff game between ICC and Pearl River, one that carried on for about 3 or 4 minutes before the umpire could eventually get everyone calmed down. Actually, it may have been about 5 or 6 minutes. It was a pretty serious brawl. That pitch paints the corner for a strike. No, he says it was outside. Wow, 1-1 now is the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. So winning this 1-1 offering here to Jordan. Instead, we'll get a toss over to first. Not really a hard toss, just one of those to keep him honest over there on the bag. So 1-1 is the count, 2 outs. Runners at first. 3-3 is the score. Top of the 8th inning. This pitch fouled off, and oh, wow. There was a fan. Were they standing on each side of the light pole? As the ball hit the light pole, went right by a couple of fans and bounced back in play. Oh, a scary moment there. Luckily, nobody hit with the ball there. That's the tough part about being in a baseball game. You got to have your head on a swivel at all times, and so that one goes for a frightening strike 2. 1-2 now is the count here on Dexter Jordan. 2 outs and a runner at first. 3-3 is your score in the top of the 8th. Awaiting this pitch here from Houston Harding. Gets the sign now, set to deliver. This pitch fouled back, and we'll do it all over again. So 1-2 stays the count now. 2 outs, top of the 8th, 3-3 contest. Runner at first for Pearl River. So waiting this pitch here. Instead, it's going to be a throw over to first, and it's not in time as the runner gets back standing up, so we'll reset it here. Top of the 8th, 3-3 score. 1-2 is the count with 2 outs. It's Dexter Jordan at the plate. Wiley Cleland over at first after drawing a walk. Harding at the mound. Runner goes. Ball in the dirt, and that will be... Or no, they're going to say he went. Wow. Strike 3, and Harding is fired up, and Jordan is not. And here comes Coach Avalon across the way. Did they say he went? Is that what they're going to say? The runner goes. Yes, they say he went around with the swing, and he did. Wow, a borderline pitch or a borderline call going the way of the Indians. The 12th Renaissance Bank strikeout of the day for Hootie. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a good one brewing here in Fulton. We'll move to the bottom of the 8th. 3-3 is the score. We'll be back with more right after this.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have a new pitcher in the game here. I've got 24 being Jared Meggs. Let me look at the stats real quick for Pearl River here, as we'll try to go inside the stats for Sonic. And it is going to be Jared Meggs. He is 1-0 in the year. He's pitched 13 innings. He's given up 7 hits, 4 runs, 3 of those earned. He's walked 7 and has struck out 10. He has a 2.08 ERA. Let's hear from Sonic and come back with the bottom of the 8th right after this. 3-3 ICC in Pearl River.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
I'm trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in.
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we said, a new pitcher in the contest here for Pearl River. This is number 24, Jared Meggs, into the contest. He'll replace Shamar Page, who has had an outstanding day.
Lane Domino.
And for the Indians, it'll be the 6, 7, 8 batters due up here. Lane Domino will start us off. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. Lane takes that first pitch inside for a ball. Thought it hit him for a second, but it actually just popped out of the glove of the catcher. So 1-0 is the count here to Domino. So 1-0 is the count. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman has a play on it. Slow roller's going to have to hurry. Wow, what a throw from the second baseman. Domino's got good speed. It was a slow roller. Thought it was going to be a bang-bang play, but man, oh man, Dexter Jordan showed off he's got a cannon for a right arm for out number 1.
Russell Bunch.
So we're in the bottom of the 8th inning with 1 out. 3-3 is your score. This game scheduled for 9. Bunch swings the first pitch he sees, a high chopper. Shortstop's going to have to hurry. Throw over is in time, gets him by a half a step. 6-3. I thought that one might have enough hang time to get over there and allow Bunch to maybe leg that one out, as the shortstop didn't charge up on it that time. But instead,
Now the back. Came with the posse.
Now it will be Brett Coker. Coker doubled off the wall back in the 3rd inning. He has flew out to center field and struck out. There's quickly 2 away here. Coker swings at a low fastball, misses for strike 1. Man, you got your money's worth for a full day so far here in game 1. That pitch inside for a strike. 0-2 now is count to Coker, as Coker didn't necessarily agree with that call there. So 0-2 is the count with 2 outs. Pitch coming. Coker grounds her to second baseman, catches it off a funky hop and throws it over for the putout. So a quick 3-up, 3-down inning there for the Indians. No runs, no hits, no errors. We've played 8. Don't go anywhere, folks, as we head to the 9th. Can the Indians find a way to pick up the win here? Pearl River going to try to find some runs here in the top half inning of their own. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
New pitcher for the Indians into the contest. This is going to be Kyle Krieger. Krieger will come into the contest to replace Houston Harding, who had an outstanding day as well. Let's take and go inside the numbers, being brought to you by Sonic. Kyle on the year has 1 win, 1 loss, and 2 saves. He's pitched 17 2/3 innings, given up 19 hits, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 4 walks, 17 strikeouts. He's got a 2.55 ERA. We're going to take a break and hear a word from all of our sponsors and be back with the top of the 9th right after this on the ICC Sports Network.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Number 14.
And welcome back now as we head to the top of the 9th inning. This will be Reese Ewing coming to the plate here to start things off here in the top of the 9th. Swings at the first pitch, misses. For strike 1. This is Kyle Krieger who has entered to pitch here in the 9th inning, replacing Houston Harding. Man, we had a great day of pitching between Shamar Page and Houston Harding. Fly ball, Jackson Lancaster drifting back to center field to the warning track, actually a step or 2 in front of the warning track, and that will go for a fly out of Reese Ewing for out number 1. 1 out now, and this will be, I believe, McKay coming to the plate. Let's double check that. Yes, it will be McKay back in the at-bat here as he replaced Magruder. defensively in the 6th, batted in the 7th. So now we'll dig in with 1 out and nobody on here in the top of the 9th inning. 3-3 is the score. McKay takes a look at that first pitch, high and outside for a ball. There's a off-speed pitch, way ahead of it, fouled it off. If you're just now joining us, man, oh man, you'll want to be sure and check the archives at the end of the season to go back and watch this one. This one has been an instant classic. Breaking pitch that came right back in, clips the corner of the plate, and makes it a 1-2 count as that one goes for a strike. Nice pitch that time out of the hand of Kyle Krieger. So awaiting the 1-2 offering here. Missing high and outside for a ball. Not a bad spot to miss. See if you couldn't get him to chase one after sneaking one in the back door on the previous pitch. And so 2-2 now is the count. 1 out and nobody on. Time is called and given to McKay. We're in the top of the 9th inning. This game's scheduled for 9, with it being a Game 1 conference game, and that pitch up high for a ball. ICC fans wanted that one to be a strike. Would have been a stretch as it was up in the zone. 3-2 now is the count. Check in on softball at the next opportunity. As a breaking pitch swung on and missed for strike 3. A big-time Renaissance Bank strikeout there. The first of the game for Krieger, and the second out of the inning, and now this is going to be Harper at the plate. Harper 0 for 2 today, has grounded out twice to the first baseman. He's walked, advanced on a wild pitch, and scored a run. That was back in the 3rd inning. Grounder up the middle, and Coker can't get to it, so that's going to be a 2-out single. And we'll go back to the top of the lineup now here for Pearl River. Man, Pearl River has done a good job at 2-out hitting this afternoon. The Indians, though, have been able so far to dodge some bullets throughout the contest. And so with 2 outs in the inning, we go back to the top of the lineup now. And this is going to be Matt Taylor coming to the plate.
Number 6.
Taylor was hit by a questionable pitch, or a questionable hit by pitch the last time he was at bat, stole the base, but was left stranded back in the 7th. Runner at first. That's the go-ahead run here in the 9th. Fastball missing low. 1-0 is the count. So Krieger trying to just focus on the guy in front of him here. Find the 3rd out of the inning. Pearl River, however, trying to spark a 2-out rally. Fastball lifted. Right fielder Lane Domino's going to jog back, and we'll get it for out number 3. Nice pitch there for Krieger to get out of the inning. Now can the Indians get some flair for dramatics and find a way to walk it off here in the bottom of the 9th. We're tied 3-3. Don't go anywhere, folks. Back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
The newly formed Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi wants to make sure you are receiving the best orthopedic care possible. Our staff of 7 experienced, board-certified surgeons specialize in a specific area of the body and can treat you with the newest and latest technology available to fast-track your road to recovery. Call us for same-day appointments at 662-377-BONE and come see us at Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. At the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our specialty is you.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we head now to the bottom of the 9th inning for ICC. It will be the 9-1-2 batters scheduled up here in the bottom of the 9th. 3-3 is your score. Austin Powell swings at the first pitch, misses for strike 1. This is Meggs on the hill here. And that pitch missing low. 1-1 now is the count. High drama here in Fulton. Bottom of the ninth inning. 3-3 is your score. Game one between number 4 Pearl River and number 13 ICC. Powell fouls this one off. Well, right now, if you're ICC, you think base runners. You don't think about walking this thing off in one swing of the bat. You can string together some hits and find a way to win it. Or if you really want to etch your name in legend here at ICC, go ahead and put one out of the ballpark. I won't mind that either way. But right now, it's all about getting that one run across here for the Indians. Breaking pitch, and it's a beauty. Oh, a little low, though. For a ball. Looked pretty good. 2-2 now is the count here on Austin Powell. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a walk. He has scored a run. He also has a single. And now he's going to be hit by a pitch. So there's the runner you're looking for if you're ICC. Taking one for the team that time with 2 strikes on him. A good job that time for Powell to find a way on. And that's what you're talking about there. Find a way on. And the Indians are going to send in a runner in this situation. Entering to run for ICC is going to be Caleb Whittle. So Whittle will come in to run in this situation for Austin Powell. And Whittle, a Fulton kid, he's quick as a hiccup. And so the Indians now with a lot of speed on the bases with no outs. And Kyle Krieger at the plate. Krieger 0 for 3 with a walk. This kid is due. It looks like they're going to send Ray Sandroni to the bullpen, probably to get him loose and just get used to taking some pitches in case this thing goes to extra innings. We're not going to need it. The Indians are going to find a way to walk this one off in the bottom of the ninth. Runner at first. Oh, the throw over, and Whittle dives back safely. Had to kind of stretch for a minute to get back. So right now, if you're Caleb, you don't want to get picked off over there at first base. A hit by pitch was the case to Austin Powell. Runner at first. Krieger shows bunt, pulls back, takes that for a ball. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning. 3-3 is your score. ICC, number 13 team in the country. Pearl River, the number 4 team in the country. Game one between these two MACJC juggernauts. Kyle Krieger at the plate. Snap throw over to first. And got him. And Coach Collier's going to come out and argue this one. Coach Ernest also getting in the umpire's ear. And this one's going to fall on deaf ears. I can tell you that right now. As Coach Collier's going to come up and argue this one. And Coach Collier's going to make sure he gets his money's worth. Man, he is getting after the infield umpire there. And the thing you got to remember with Rick also as well, you got to pick and choose your battle because that guy's going to be behind the plate in game 2. And that umpire, he's ice cold as he's just nodding to everything that Coach Collier's saying. Try to step away. Coach Collier stepping back towards him. And that's going to do it. So there is one out now in the inning after being picked off at first base. Oh, a tough break there for the Indians. A big-time break, though, however, for Pearl River. A nice pickoff move from Meggs to take Whittle off the bases. So now the winning run is off the bags. And Kyle Krieger at the plate. And, oh, a nice job of finding the ball as he went after that one. 2-0 now is the count. 2 balls. No strikes, the count here on Kyle Krieger. Krieger stands in, slaps one down the line, and it's going to be scooped up by the third baseman, and he will step on the bag for out number 2. So 2 away now. Man, a tough break on the pickoff move over there at first.
Number 10, Jackson Lancaster.
And now this will be Jackson Lancaster coming to the plate with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Can the Indians find a way to piece together some 2-out hitting here in the bottom of the ninth? Or will we go to extra frames? Lancaster at the plate. Takes a look at that first pitch, and it's across for a strike. Jackson 0 for 4 on the day. He's got a pair of strikeouts, a couple of ground balls. And that pitch up for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. 3-3 is the score. Bottom of the ninth. Indians down to their final out here. And Lancaster fouls this one back and out of play over the top of us here in the ICC Alumni Association and Foundation broadcast booth. Find out how you can contribute to ICC by visiting iccms.edu. And they're swinging strike three. A nice pitch on the inside that Lancaster could not locate. And that's going to be the first strikeout of the game for Meggs. We're going to extra innings. 3-3 is your score. We'll take a break and be back with more right after this.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Bat, number 1.
And welcome back to action now as we head to the top of the 10th inning. Extra frames here in Fulton. As Kyle Krieger in the game here. That pitch across for a strike. Man, this has just been an outstanding contest this afternoon here in Game 1. Two of the top teams in the country, and they're living up to the hype. 3-3 is your score as that pitch drifts high for a ball. 1-1 now is the count. Kyle Krieger in replacing Houston Harding, who pitched to Jim today. As that pitch missing low for a ball. 2-1 now is the count. He and Shamar Page, man, they showed out. We talked about them being two of the top pitchers in the country. They both came in and delivered 11 Renaissance Bank strikeouts on the day. Or actually, 12 Renaissance Bank strikeouts from Houston Harding, 11 for Shamar Page. 2 balls, 2 strikes is the count here. And swung on and missed for strike 3. Nice location on that pitch, drifting away from the batter that time. And that's a strikeout to start the top of the 10th here. That is the second Renaissance Bank strikeout of the game for Kyle Krieger. And now this is going to bring up number 19 to the plate. This is going to be Noah Barron at the plate. Takes a look at that first pitch, and it misses low for a ball. Couldn't get him to chase one that time. Good eye that time on the part of Barron. 1-0 is the count. Top of the 10th. 3-3 is the score. Fastball grounder. First baseman gets it, takes a knee, tosses it to Krieger for out number 2. So 2 away now here in the 10th. And this should be Cleveland coming to the plate.
At the bat, number 22.
So trying to spark a 2-out rally. And this is where Pearl River have done a good job today. They've had some 2-out hits, but have not been able to do anything with it as ICC has been able to get out of a couple of jams. That pitch across. A funky-looking pitch. A little bit of slow release and then sped up as it came to the batter. And there's strike 2, so Krieger quickly ahead in the count now, 0-2. Ray Sandroni has entered the contest to catch here for the Indians. 0-2 pitch, not a bad spot to miss that time by Krieger as it was up. 1-2 now is the count. A 1-2 pitch coming. This pitch popped up. Medlin drifting over is going to run out of real estate as he stretches across the fence, but could not find it. And so we'll stay at 1-2 here on Cleveland. Well, if you're just now joining us, what have you been doing? You've missed a great ball game today. We're in the top of the 10th inning. 3-3 is your score between number 4 Pearl River and number 13 ICC. 1-2 pitch coming. This pitch popped up. Domino shading his eyes from the sun. Now we'll jog in and we'll squeeze it for the out. A 3-up, 3-down inning there for Krieger. And ICC once again coming to the bat at the bottom of the 10th. It'll be Sedale, Medlin, and Hall. Can the Indians find a way to walk it off in the bottom of the 10th? We'll take a break and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95.1.
Crunchy Fritos, warm chili, melty cheese, all together for 99 cents. It's like real comfort food.
Trying to get out of my comfort zone, and these guys keep pulling me back in. Pulling me back in.
Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves starting at 99 cents. And try order ahead to get happy hour anytime. Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves. A Fritos chili pie. Juicy Junior Burger. Or Junior Wrap. Does all this comfort come at a price? Yes, it starts at 99 cents. Hurry in for Sonic's Fritos Chili Cheese Faves.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And welcome back as we're in the bottom of the 10th inning. ICC and Pearl River tied 3-3. This will be LeBryant Sedale leading things off here for the Indians. Sedale swings on the first pitch he sees and fouls it off for strike one. Pearl River, they went 3-up, 3-down in the top part of the 10th. ICC trying to find a way to walk it off here. They had the winning run put on the bag on the bottom of the 9th, and Sedale is hit by a pitch. So now the run is on here, or the winning run is on for the Indians with another hit by pitch. Now, the last time the Indians got that, it was Caleb Whittle who came in to run, and he was picked off over at first base. Justin Medlin is 2 for 3 on the day with the walk. He almost had a home run in his previous at-bat as it was off the upper part of the yellow out there in right field. So now with no outs and a runner on first, ICC trying to find a way to pick up the win. Medlin shows bunt. Nice little pitch out that time for Pearl River to see if the runner might have been going on the pitch. Was not, as that pitch misses for a ball. 1-0 now is the count. Left side of the infield, that's the third baseman in on the grass. Shortstop staying back in normal position. And this is Medlin at the plate. Pickoff, throw over to first is not in time. So 1-0 is the count. Bottom of the 10th inning. 3-3 is your score. Justin Medlin at the dish. Shows bunt, lays it down, and it's going to be a foul ball. Oh, just foul. As Pearl River wisely let that one roll. They gambled and it paid off. As he was able to get the bunt down. When it hit the dirt, it just took a funky hop, had a little bit of too much juju on it, and rolled foul that time. If not, that could have been a single or a bunt for a single as Medlin was trucking down the line. It would have been a tough play, but either way it goes, we're going to reset. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. A runner at first. That's LeBryant Sedale, who was hit by a pitch. That's the guy we need to get home right now. Pickoff over to first, not in time as LeBryant Sedale is back standing up. 1-1 is the count with no outs. Bottom of the 10th inning. 3-3 is your score. Justin Medlin at the plate. Shows bunt again. This time lays it down. It's a beauty. Only one play, and that's going to be to first, and he's going to tag him. And so that sacrifice bunt, one unassisted on the putout, puts the runner at second. That sacrifice bunt being brought to you by the ICC Baptist Student Union, reminding you of the ultimate sacrifice paid for our sins. That's the ICC BSU.
Out the back. 27.
Now, coming into bat is going to be Braden Ellis. Ellis getting his first at-bat of the day, replacing the DH, Jacob Hall. Ellis entered to play second when Krieger took over the mound here in the 9th. That ball gets away, and LeBryant Sedale will advance to third base. Now the winning run is at third. And Coach Collier wants to come and talk to his talk to the umpire here. Siddell is at third base. Looks like they might be switching here to maybe get a little bit more speed on the bags. We'll see what they're going to do. Doesn't look like it.
Come on, Braden, win it right here, baby.
And now the Coach Avalon of Pearl River wants to come out, and looks like we're going to have a change here out in left field. So a new left fielder coming into the contest, Dayton Lingle. Lingle will come in to third. Or excuse me, come in to left field. Maybe just trying to see if they get a little bit of a stronger arm out there in left field. Well, a fly ball could win it here for the Indians. There's one out. And the winning run is at third base. Braden Ellis at the plate. Can the Indians find a way to win it here? 3-3 is your score, bottom of the 10th. That pitch across for a strike. So 1-1 is the count here to Ellis. He's batting in place of Jacob Hall, who was the DH. 1-1 is the count with one out. The winning run at third. Ellis swings at a pitch in the dirt. Comes up empty for a strike. 1-2 now is the count. High drama here in Fulton. Bottom of the 10th, 3-3 is your score. Can the Indians find a way to win this one here in Fulton? Meggs is on the hill here for Pearl River. LeBryant Siddell at third. And that pitch high and inside for a ball. 2-2 now is the count. So Ellis steps out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Winning run is LeBryant Siddell at third base. Braden Ellis at the plate. Breaking pitch, missing low and outside for a ball. So now the count goes full. Full count, bottom of the 10th, one out. And the tying run at third here for the Indians, 3-3 between ICC and Pearl River. The ball gets away, and this could do it. LeBryant Siddell will truck home, and the Indians walk it off on a wild pitch, and ICC wins it 4-3 in Game 1 over Pearl River. What a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, is all you can say in this case here. As you see LeBryant Siddell crossing home, and ICC celebrates the 4-3 win here in Game 1 in 10 innings. My, oh my, oh my. What a ball game, ladies and gentlemen, as ICC wins it by the final score of 4-3 on a walk-off wild pitch. We're going to take a break and come back with the Renaissance Bank postgame report and be back with more right after this on Let'sGoICCTV.com and FM 95.1.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Itawamba Community College is now offering 3-day weekends. You can be one of the first to take advantage of a compact course schedule with a majority of classes offered Monday through Thursday. Let us customize your education to fit your needs. Become a part of the ICC family and apply today at apply.iccms.edu. ICC, the best start here.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renaissance Bank, understanding you. Member FDIC.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Final score here in the first game of the day. In 10 innings, ICC wins it 4-3. The number 13 Indians pick up a big-time win there in Game 1 over number 4 Pearl River. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of baseball, this was the game you needed to be at today. Your final line for ICC: 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. For Pearl River, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors. In ICC, it was an incredible finish. It was Braden Ellis who came in to bat. He drew a walk. The ball got away. And the run scored on the wild pitch to win it. Now, the biggest thing, you go back and you look at that at-bat, LeBryant Sedale had 2 strikes on him when he was hit by a pitch. It was a perfectly executed sacrifice bunt from Justin Medlin to advance him over. Then Sedale advanced on a pass ball, and then the wild pitch allowed the Indians to pick up the win here in Game 1, 4-3. Man, picking a Sonic star of the game is a tough one. I'm gonna have to go with 2 in this situation. Justin Medlin being our offensive Sonic star of the game. He was 2 for 3 with a walk. He had a double and a single, stole a base, but it was that sacrifice bunt as well. He also walked. So, yeah, a big-time play there for Justin Medlin. Then on the hill, you got to go with Houston Harding. My, oh, my, what an effort by the Mississippi State signee. He scattered 2 hits, struck out 12, walked 5 in the game. And my, oh, my, just, ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing baseball game, and we've got another one to play. The next game will be coming up here in about 20 to 30 minutes on Let'sGoICCTV.com. I do want to thank everyone that's tuned in here for our first baseball broadcast of the year on your new home for country music, FM 95.1. I believe it's called The Farm, FM 95.1. Seth Kent doing a great job for us there in the studios back in South Tillo. So that's going to wrap it up here for today's Game 1. ICC wins it 4-3. We'll take a break and be back in about 20 minutes with Game 2 here on Let'sGoICCTV.com, the Red Channel.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renaissance Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.